Please note that this content is for educational purposes and for adults only. Viewer discretion advised. More details available in the description box. Hello everyone and welcome back to another live stream with me, Grizzly. This is Grizzly True Crime and we are ready to watch day 2 of the Megan Boswell trial together. If you missed, for any reason, the trial prep episodes, there are 2 of them. They are linked in the description box. There's a link to the playlist there, and if you missed day 1, it's all time-stamped for you, okay? So if you ever feel like, oh no, I missed it, I need to catch up, very easy, because you can just go see which witnesses you missed and what you want to quickly catch up on. And you can also use the little gear setting, to change the speed. You could catch up pretty quickly. All right, everyone, welcome to all my moderators. Thank you so much for everything you do. Welcome to all my patrons, members, subscribers, any locals in chat. I know there's lots of locals in chat. This case takes place in Tennessee, Sullivan County, Tennessee, to be exact. Megan Boswell, 23 years old, is on trial for the murder of her 1-year-old daughter, Evelyn, who you can see pictured up there. She had just turned 1. She wasn't even actually 13 months old yet. So, yes, and she's been charged with 20 counts, including 12 counts of lying to the police, and then there's a first-degree murder charge, 2 counts of felony murder, abuse of a corpse, tampering with evidence, so many charges. Okay, so day 1 was pretty eventful. If you were there, you know. We were like, wow, it's quite a start to this trial, right? And so they ended the day early. Let's just put the screen on quickly here. They ended the day early yesterday so that the judge could go and watch the police video interview. Okay, wait, this is real time. We want to go back to the beginning here. So he could go watch the police video interview and then make a decision. So let's see what his decision was, because here they started court on this day. Okay. The judge is a little soft. Okay, wait.
Ms. Boswell,
So, I wish, Judge, could you please speak it to the mic? Right, his microphone's right there, okay? But the judge is now, he's having to decide if the defense will be able to cross-examine Special Agent Brian Fraley. Because yesterday, the argument was that the state brought in, they opened the door to be able to cross-examine the special agent about Megan Boswell's statements, okay? Stefan says, the judge had a movie night. Yes, the judge had a bit of a movie night, and we were jealous, okay? We were FOMO, fear of missing out, is what we experienced, right? Okay.
Special Agent Fraley testified about, which I believe took place on February 25th of 2020. I was able to multitask. I watched it and listened to it all at the same time.
I love this judge. This is Judge Jim Goodwin. Judge Goodwin. He's snarky. He runs a tight ship. He's very organized. And he's got a great sense of humor. Just from the little bit I could see already, right? He's just like, all right, I was able to multitask. I could watch and listen to it. Moonlit Merle, thank you so much. Okay, so let's keep listening to what they say.
So, over the break, I reviewed the case law, I reviewed the rules, and it breaks down to this. It breaks down if it's in the sound discretion of the trial court, and I have to view the fundamental fairness of letting just part of the interview in versus letting the whole interview in. And reading the case law, I think one of the arguments by the state was, well, we didn't introduce the interview. We didn't introduce the video, the transcript thereof. But the case law is clear that examination of the witness by a party is tantamount to introduction. So, for the fundamental fairness issue, I'm going to find that the entire video is going to be allowed.
Oh yes.
Now,
That's great. Okay, I'm trying not to be too excited. Calm down, everyone. Yes, the entire police video interview is going to be allowed, and I don't know, most of you, right? We love to watch police video interviews. Not so much at trials. Why? I'm grateful we can. We prefer it with a FOIA request, right? Which is normally afterwards. And did you know in Tennessee, unfortunately, you have to literally live there. You have to be a local to be able to FOIA things. Yeah. That sucks. But anyway, I like it either way. It's just when they play it through the court audio, sometimes the sound isn't the best. Just know that the judge it's very quiet right now. It's boosted and everything. So I don't want to boost it too much, because otherwise when they start speaking normally, our ears will not make it. So the judge just needs to, you see, here's his microphone right here. Sir. Excuse me, sir. But, they're going to allow the whole police video interview in. Okay.
what that means is that the jury is going to see and hear from 17 minutes and 50 seconds to 41 minutes and 44 seconds. That's when Special Agent Fraley came into the room. They're going to hear, of course, then they leave. They come back at 55:15, and they're there until 1:05:28. And then after that, the officers leave, and she's either sitting there by herself or it's just an empty room. So my ruling, my decision is, Mr. Scott, when you cross-examine Special Agent Fraley, you're allowed to play that video to comply with the rule of completeness. All right.
Would you mind give me those times again so I don't mess it up?
17:50 to 41:44. 55:15 to 1:05:28. And I think that to comply completely with that Rule 106 is not just asking questions about what happened during those time periods. They need to see the video. I think that is the case law says that where certain aspects are brought out by one party, the other party has the right to put the whole in. And that's what I want done.
So,
All right.
Well, okay. I'm probably going to ask the same question, Judge, but I mean, do you want me to clip the video to just show that portion, or are you just going to have Mr. Scott start to stop at this particular?
I think because it'll have to be, well, here's the question. Are you going to move, if you're not going to move it into evidence, you can just play it, skip ahead and play it.
you'll have to move.
If you want to move it into evidence, then it needs to be clipped. So the parts that aren't played don't go back to the jury for there's no reason that jury needs to see her and her mama sitting there talking. Because there's nothing about
They
it.
want to see that part at this point. Does that change your opinion?
So now the question is, who's going to clip it and
I don't know how.
Not like that.
do what?
She asked me if we had clipped it already, but we don't have it clipped like that. So we have software to do it. It's just going to
And Mr. Belton.
Would you do that?
take a moment.
It's quick, I'm sure. Software, quickly, chop it, clip it. I can do it. Give it to me.
So,
Do you want this back?
I can, yes.
I'll take that.
There.
Yes, I would like that. Thank you so much all for being here. Please like and share so others know we're live right now.
Anything else you need to take up this morning before the jury comes in, before you
Ooh.
got clip videos?
I don't think, go ahead. No, I'm good. Yeah, I'm good.
I think that's enough.
No, I'm sorry.
Jim, is there anything you think of?
Nothing else for the state.
We'll be in recess till 9 o'clock. The jury's here, they're ordering their lunch, and then we'll get started.
All right, I'll try to get this done as quick as I can.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Court stands in recess.
Okay, so we go forward. We're teleporting now. That was quite some time, actually. Okay, and we're back, everyone. That's a nice jacket that she has on, oh my word.
All right. So you can get Agent Fraley. I think we were just beginning cross-examination.
If you didn't know, that's the defendant, Megan Boswell. She's the one on trial. And she's 23 years old now. The maximum sentence that she would face if convicted is life without the possibility of parole. Even though Tennessee is a death penalty state, they didn't pursue capital punishment in this case, likely due to her age, because she was only 18 years old at the time, right? Mallory Beaver said, gee, I got a little lost. Was the prosecution trying to keep the video and cross-examination out, or am I confused? Is it because she blames Ethan in the video? I don't know. We'll have to see the video to see exactly why the defense wanted it in, why the state, I think, wanted it out, from what I understood as well. They're like, no, you can't open up that line of questioning. Yes, we can. So the judges ruled that the video will be seen from, he said, 17 minutes and 50 seconds till 41 minutes-ish. So the jury will be able to watch and hear about 23 minutes or so of this police video interview, right? Thank you so much for the sticker.
Especially
Okay. Standing for the jury. Shame, they had their first night in the hotel. The jury sequestered 8 men, 6 women, and the trial is expected to last 2 to 4 weeks. Thank you, Perry.
Maybe seated, thank you.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I gave you certain admonitions yesterday before you left for the day. Does any juror have anything to report? If you do, raise your right hand. Let the record reflect that none of the jurors have raised their right hand. I believe we were beginning cross-examination. Mr. Scott?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Good morning, Mr. Fraley. How are you?
Good morning, sir. Fine, thank you.
I want to start where General Harper left off yesterday.
Okay.
You were asked, you conducted an interview of Megan on February the 25th of 2000.
Yes, sir. Myself and Detective Licklider from the Sheriff's Department.
And in that interview, you talked with her about the child being dead
Yes, sir.
and some other things.
Yes, sir.
Judge, this time would ask to show that video.
Hold on.
But when he left, how long was he gone?
No.
Not day you went.
You know this, okay. You know like this is the last day. If you
I tell you, I think you'll look.
we'll work ourselves. Yeah, but don't let me bring her on, man. Don't let us on like this on too long, okay? This is for your baby. This is to give her the proper attention. Where's she at?
There's only 2 different places I can think of where she'd be.
Where's she
He
at?
said they put her somewhere close to, I think she's somewhere at Dad's or at his house.
At his house?
Maybe somewhere like, you know, that like the dog store. I think she's either there or she's somewhere at Dad's. But she's somewhere close.
Underneath the dock at Hunter's.
I don't know if she's underneath there. I'm just,
Is that what you're trying to tell me? I'm not putting words in your mouth.
that is just my theory. She has to be in
No,
two places.
I don't want, we're not looking at theory, son. You bring her home.
He said that she was somewhere close to the only 2 places I can think that he would take her.
You're honest with you? Okay, but you know this part.
I don't know for sure. I'm trying to help you all. I swear I am at this point in time.
This is the ending, okay? Let's bring her home, so bring her home.
There's a bunch of places I think that he would even have time to take her. She wasn't going very well.
Well, regardless of time, there has to be a reason that she would know that, okay? Because that
He said she was somewhere close.
in that time, there's only X amount of places she could be, okay? But you're specifically narrowing down those two places, right? You know that.
I said she was somewhere close.
Help me with this, Megan. When he took her out with the trailer, how was she dressed?
You know that picture I have of her? She's in her old penguin suit.
She's in the penguin suit. She was wrapped up in her blanket.
She was wrapped up in a
Did you give her to him?
picture
You picked her up. Where was she?
on the bed. I held her for hours because I didn't want to let her go.
And that's okay. We need to bring her home. Okay? We need to bring her home today. Just tell us where we can go get her.
I don't know for sure how old you are. I think she's at.
Okay, hold on. You held her for hours.
Yeah.
She was in what? How was she dressed?
You know that picture of me and her were sitting outside the trailer and she was
Yes.
smiling and she had that little purple thing on.
Yes.
She was
And she was wrapped up in a blanket.
like a dark colored blanket. A big fleece blanket.
And he took her from you? Where did he put her? What car was he driving?
I read the car.
The red car? Did he put her in the trunk?
I don't know. I didn't go out
Did
there.
you go outside with him?
No.
What time of day was it?
It was close to the dark.
Was it close to dark or was it
It was
dark?
close to the dark.
What day was it?
I don't know what day it was for sure, to be honest with you.
So, how long was he gone?
Less than an hour.
Was it 15 minutes or 30 minutes or 45 minutes?
Maybe like 45. And he kept saying she's somewhere close by.
Did he ever take you back to where it was? Between then and now? And this was in December, early December. Was it after you started working at the
It was
chicken?
after summer.
How long after?
Not too long.
You started on Monday, right?
Right?
Was it Tuesday?
No, it
Was
was
it
a
Wednesday?
week or two after.
It was a week or two after.
Closer to 2 weeks.
So about December 10th. What do you remember about that day? Did you wake up or what happened?
I don't know. I rolled over on her. I don't think I did. I think he did. It was an accident.
So he was sleeping in bed with you? Was the three of y'all together? In the
In
bed?
between us.
Okay.
I should have put her just off outside. I slept with her almost every night of her life before that, and I never once rolled over on her.
But when you woke up, she wasn't breathing. Is that what you're telling us?
I had this
Okay, so if any of you are struggling to follow, don't worry, me too. I'm like, what? What lie is she telling now? Allegedly. So this would be the one where she said her and Hunter were in a bed together with Evelyn, and one of them rolled over her, that she was like in a fleece blanket, and they rolled over her, and then they realized when they woke up she wasn't breathing. I still don't think, if that's the case, which the medical examiner seems to say it isn't, okay, the medical examiner we will hear from. There was a hearing where we heard some of what she had to say. But if that is the case, you still do not put your baby in the trash. You call 911, which is why the defense in opening statements said they're kind of going for the angle of it was a mistake, and then most people would call 911, but not an 18-year-old, you know, and that some people, you know, deal with the loss of their baby differently. And I'm like, wow, okay, so I've put the closed captions on the screen right here a little bit, even though it's not always so accurate, but I've just put it on here for now. It's also active on my channel, so if you put it on, it should just be here at the bottom. But here, let's just
like buried in her pillow. She's separated.
Okay. So, there. So you tell him, hey,
I was panicking. He was like, well, you can't call anyone. We're both going to go
why
to
can't you
jail.
call someone
Because he said we were both going to go to jail if he didn't care of it.
for her just rolling over, or you rolling over on him or on her?
I don't think I rolled over on her. I don't know if he did an accident or what. Like I said, I slept with her like her whole life before that. With her, I up against me right next to me. I never rolled over and got her.
We need to bring her home, Maggie. You need that peace. Mom needs that peace. Everybody needs that peace. We need that peace. Help us bring her home. You're the only one that knows.
I told you all the only places I know he could have went.
Where? Name it.
My dad's in his house.
When you say your dad's, where are you talking about your dad?
I'm Lady Creek.
Because he wouldn't have taken her inside the house and said, hey, Tommy.
Well, I don't know.
Why would he take her back to Tommy's?
He said he was going to take her somewhere close.
See, I don't think he would have taken her to Tommy's. That's too much of a risk. Why would he do that?
I don't know.
What if your dad would have caught him? I don't think she went there.
Look, can you all just please check and then
We're
check
going
the
to check
place?
everywhere we believe she may be.
Okay.
But again, we need to understand where she's at.
I don't know for sure where she's at.
When you say for sure,
I just have guesses and I've told you two what they are.
and why has Hunter never spoke to you about this?
I don't wanna
When
know.
he came back, what did he say?
I'll put her somewhere close.
Did he say how he put her?
I
Did he
didn't
throw
want
her in
to
the
know.
trash can? Did he throw her in the lake? Did he bury her?
I didn't want to know.
What did he say?
Just that she was somewhere close and not to worry about it.
Megan, you've lied to us for 6 days now. I need you to be truthful with me today.
I am being truthful.
No, just hear me out, okay? I need you to be truthful with me today. We're getting there. We need her brought home. She don't need to be laying out in the woods in the cold anymore. She needs to be buried. She deserves that. You need to help us bring her home. Please. Tell us where she's at.
I don't know for sure. I really don't. I didn't want to know.
I think you do, Maggie. I think you're scared to tell us.
I don't. I told you the only two places I take.
They're calling her Maggie because that's her nickname as well. And on Facebook, she was also called Maggie Boswell. In fact, that Facebook profile is still up there if you want to see it. So, wow. That's why it's kind of a confession and sort of not. So someone earlier said, Nikki was saying the state elicited testimony that she confessed, but she later apparently said that she didn't harm her. So that's why the state didn't want the door opened, but the state opened the door. And thank you to Esta La Vista. You said, I'm a little behind, but I live in Tennessee. I'll gladly put in a request for you if you can explain to me how to go about it or point me in the right direction. Okay, I will find out exactly who to email and what to do, because we actually need a FOIA request for a few Tennessee cases. Sean Finnegan, Jason Chen, and this one, okay? In Tennessee, it's like, you have to live here.
When you say the boat dock, what do you mean by the boat dock?
I don't know if maybe he buried her there or what.
Did he mention the boat dock?
No, but he said he took her somewhere close and he wasn't gone very long.
Did he drive away with her? Was she placed in the trunk?
I don't know for sure.
You didn't look out the window.
No, I didn't want to.
Who did you call?
Nobody. I was scared to call anybody.
Did he call you while he was gone?
No.
And it was dark. Close to getting dark.
It was dark by the time he got back.
It was light when he left and dark when he got back. We need to bring her home. If she's laying out there somewhere, she deserves better than that.
I don't know. I told you the only two places I could think he would take her.
Okay.
What are you all going to tell my dad when you go to search his property?
What should we tell her?
I don't know.
She's buried on that property.
I don't know if she is or she isn't. I really don't know. There's a few places I know that he and Tom can go to because
Did Hunter take a shovel?
no.
Did he take a trash bag? Did he carry her out in that blanket, a box, or a box? Jumping in
I
the
was
box?
staying in the bedroom. I just had her wrapped up in a dark colored blanket.
How big was this blanket?
It was like a normal size, like fleece blanket.
So when you say wrapped her up, so you describe that to me.
Yes, and describe why foil was used. I mean, Evelyn was in a purple penguin onesie. She still had her diaper on. She was tightly wrapped, is what the medical examiner said. We haven't heard from the medical examiner in this trial yet, just to be clear. That was from a previous hearing, okay? And in trial prep, we saw a clip of that. So the medical examiner said tightly wrapped in a fleece blanket, and then her head was wrapped in foil, like really compressed with foil. There was foil in her mouth. Then put in a trash bag upside down. And then in a trash can in Megan's childhood playhouse on her father's property. Now, at the time of this interview, no, Evelyn's body had not been found yet. So that's why they're asking, like, please tell us, where can we find her? You know, she's been missing since early December. Here we are, February, I think this was on February 26th or so, and they found Evelyn's body on March 6th. So it's still about a week, but she'd already been arrested for false reports to the police. Or I think this is the moment, because there's an interview we watched of her wearing that shirt, which would be like probably right before this. So she's always happy to talk to the media, isn't it? And so she was arrested for false reports to the police and eventually charged with 12 counts of that.
Like, you know, you swallow a baby.
Okay. So did you leave her face exposed?
That sounds stupid. I never heard me cold, so I wrapped her up in a blanket.
So she was, her whole body was wrapped up.
Except for her face. You know how you swallow a
Her face was
baby?
open.
You know how you swallow a baby?
Mhm.
So I wrapped her up. I didn't want her to be cold.
We don't want her to be cold anyway. She's still out there, and we need to bring her home. And you can help us with that part.
There's only two places I'm trying not to go look for it. I need that.
So Hunter's dog. Underneath Hunter's dog.
Or just around the dog.
Okay?
I don't think if he did take her to his house, he's not stupid enough to, you know, I mean, just put her somewhere in front of.
Okay, I see some people are a little lost. It's not, we can't hear that very well. But the thing is, she's kind of blaming Hunter over here, right? She likes to deflect. We've seen that. She blamed a imaginary babysitter, then her mother, okay? And then now she's blaming Hunter, who was a boyfriend at the time. But Hunter said on a media interview that he never met Evelyn. He never saw her. And Evelyn was, according to the state in the opening statements, last seen on December 6th of 2019. And so Megan was believed to have been dating Hunter Woods, you know, a little kind of casually, although she changed her last name on Facebook to Woods already. She was like Megan Woods. Okay. I hope we hear from him. That'll be interesting at this trial, right? But it sounds like she's just saying, I don't know, like we just, you know, as if they just rolled over her by mistake. And then Hunter took her, wrapped her in a blanket, and that's all she knows. I mean, Hunter says he never saw Evelyn. So, and it is possible that he didn't ever see her based on the timeline that we know of when they started dating. But who knows? Who knows? I've seen lots of speculation about Hunter as well, which is why I say I hope we hear from him at this trial.
He dad owns property right next to that place too.
How long did you hold her?
For a long time.
All day?
I didn't want to let her go.
How did you know she was there?
Because she wasn't breathing. Her eyes were open.
Her eyes were open.
She wasn't breathing. I tried to give her CPR, But she's already gone.
How did you try to give her CPR?
Mouth to the mouth.
What else?
That's it. I just held her. Like,
Did she gag or anything while you were trying to give CPR to her?
no.
How did she feel?
What do you mean?
Was she cold?
No.
She's still warm? What about the color?
She was still
Was she blue?
No, not really.
What did she look like?
Just like her. As the day went on, she got colder and softer in the blanket, so I didn't want her cold.
And you don't remember what day that was?
No. I know it sounds bad, but I'm just trying to block it out of my memories as much as I can.
Thank you, Pernille. Pernille has great ears. Pernille, I bet you didn't expect that compliment today. Great ears you have there. So you said, she's a quote, okay, for a long time, I didn't want to let her go. She wasn't breathing. Her eyes were open. I tried to give her CPR. She was already gone, mouth to mouth. I just held her. So thank you so much for transcribing a little bit of what Megan Boswell is saying here. So she is admitting that Evelyn is no longer alive, but now she's like, I don't know where she is. Oh, you probably know.
Where would you look at your dad?
I don't know if that's a long property back through there.
Back behind his house? So where does that connect to? Where does the back of his property connect to?
I don't know. I don't know.
So you,
Yeah, that's what's there. There's that creek. It's like right up to the asphalt, stuff like that.
you're shooting one of those asphalt piles.
I don't know. I really don't.
Is there a lot of asphalt piles on his property?
I don't know if there is anymore or not.
So I've not been out there. I don't know. I'm asking. Again, that's what I'm trying to do. Man, help us bring her home. She don't deserve another night out there in the cold and alone. She needs to be brought home.
I don't know. I really don't. I don't know if he took her in the trash can or not. When he came back, it was gone. I didn't want to ask.
Your trash can and the trailer was gone.
I didn't want to ask.
Was there a dumpster anywhere there close?
I don't know. You have to look.
No, to where you, when you lived there. What did you normally do with your trash?
To get to the road and then the trash can.
So you said you took a trash can. Was the inside trash can or the outside trash
On the
can?
inside.
Just when you kept in the kitchen.
I don't know if he took it with him or not. I didn't want to know.
You said you sit there and looked at her.
Yeah.
When you woke up and she wasn't breathing, tried to give her CPR. What did her eyes were open? Were they bloodshot?
No.
Were there any bruising around her eyes?
No.
She just looked like she always did, just like she was at peace asleep.
No, her eyes were open.
Her eyes were open. Not bloodshot or bruised.
Not really, no.
Because I can't help but think that's probably a lasting image that you think about Evelyn. So you'll know her bloodshot eyes were bloodshot or not, or black, and you're not saying they were.
No.
Okay, that they were just open.
I didn't want to let her go. She wasn't cold, and when she started to get cold, I put the blanket around her, so I didn't want her to go home.
What woke you up? Was she choking or crying?
No. I just woke
Or
up.
kicking?
No.
If we talk to Hunter, what will he tell us?
The same thing he's been telling you, that he's never met Evelyn because he told me not to tell anybody that he would go back to jail.
If he has never met Evelyn, how do we?
Had he ever been in jail? What had he been in jail for? I saw like, there was like a, perhaps, okay, I'm speculating. I just remember reading somewhere that there was a DUI charge, something like that, for Hunter, who was her boyfriend at the time. We saw his media interview. We also saw her media interview on this same day. And it is amazing. I actually want to listen to it again. Don't you feel like that? Because I'm like, wait, what did she say in that interview again? Yeah, because it's a very different demeanor. There she was smirking and, you know, being who she was that we saw in the media. And here it's just this crying.
Make that connection that he has.
I don't know.
Was he ever out in public with her? During this time, how long had you all started dating?
Not long.
You talking about not long, like a week,
Yeah.
a couple of weeks,
A
a month? So prior to you starting at the chicken shack,
No, I didn't know Hunter.
you didn't know him.
Oh,
So the first day you met him was an interview for that job?
yeah.
When was that?
I don't know.
You started on Monday.
Right, I think it was a couple of days
Day
before.
before, like on Friday or Saturday?
It was probably like a day or two before.
Did you go there in person and fill out an application?
Yeah. Evelyn sat in
And
the
that's
car
the
with
first
Rob
time?
and Bailey.
Okay, and that's the first time you ever saw him.
Mm-hmm.
What happened?
I just filled out the application, that's it.
Did he ask you out on the dates when I'm
No,
getting?
not until I started working there.
So you started working, he said, okay, you're hired. You started working on December 2nd, on a Monday, correct? And then,
Started working at that chicken shop, December 2nd, the one that Hunter owned. Wow. That's a pretty, I do hope the state really lays out this timeline, makes it really clear, because if she started working there on Monday the 2nd and Evelyn was last seen alive on the 6th, the state was kind of speculating in the opening statements that Megan wanted to get rid of her child because she wanted to be with this guy. That seemed to be the theory. Pernille said, dating not long, a week. Also, thank you so much to Grizzly Cat for finding these beautiful pictures of the victims in these cases. What she does is she finds lots of pictures and then she actually edits them to make it smoother and clearer and brighter and nicer. So thank you so much to Grizzly Cat for that.
start flirting at work. And tell me what happened. Joe, go ahead. On a date, Monday night, Tuesday, tell me
I don't
about
remember
it.
the day, I really don't.
Whatever day, whenever you say the first day after the application, that that's the first time you met him, you started working, which we know that's on a Monday. That's easy. Y'all started flirting at work. Did y'all go out Monday night, that first night?
No, I don't remember what night we went out. I'm just being honest, I really don't.
Okay. But at some point, he started staying with you at the camp, or at the trailer.
Just one night.
He stayed in one night. And then you said he stayed a couple of nights.
I didn't say that.
You said he had slept together.
Just the one time.
Said y'all slept together in the bed with her between.
Me and him.
Not with her.
She slept in between us.
And that's what I'm saying. You said you'd done that a couple of nights. And
No, I said I've done it 1,000 times where she slept with me. Like her whole life, she slept with me in bed.
And then the one night he stayed was the first night he met her, correct?
I mean, no, he'd seen her like in the car with me at the chicken shack.
Okay. Like a couple of days when you went to get the application, when you applied with Bailey.
Mm-hmm.
And
I came to measure the parking lot. They wanted it redone, and I had her in the car with me.
when was that?
I don't know a day.
But you told these guys the other day, y'all went through a timeline. I think I wasn't in there. But y'all went through a timeline.
I don't remember what day I measured the parking lot. I really don't. The day it opened, I came back to the drive-thru after I left, and she was in the car with me too. In the back seat, her car seat. The pink and gray one you all have.
Mhm. Do you think he took her in that trash can?
I don't know, but it was gone. I never wanted to know.
And that's the only two places.
I don't know where else it's close. I think my dad owns those storage units across from the trailer. You know what I'm talking about?
I do. Does Hunter have a storage building rented from him or something there?
No, but I mean,
Or do you?
no, they're abandoned.
Where would you put the baby at there?
I don't know. You are asking me guesses. I'm giving them to you. He likes the lake a lot.
Does he have a boat or anything like that?
He used to.
When you talk about the boat dock, you mentioned boat dock. What do you mean by that? Does he own a boat dock or?
They're behind his dad's house. If you go to 217 Point Drive and look in the backyard, there's 3 huge ass boat docks. I promise you, you will not miss them. They're wide.
And that's
Have you
one-
been to that house? Do you know what I'm talking about?
I did.
Okay.
Caroline says, as one YouTuber says, lawyer, lawyer, lawyer. I'm going to say it too, lawyer, lawyer. It's amazing how these types of people just talk and talk and talk and talk and talk. Hey, they think they can talk their way through this. Clearly not, right? Oh my goodness. Thank you, Pernille. She said, I have my eyes on the storage units across the road. They're abandoned. I mean, oh wow. So she's just adding even more stories in.
But of those 3 huge ones that you have, which,
I don't know.
where would you think?
I really don't know, to be honest with you. The only thing I think of is maybe put her in the lake or something.
You think you would walk in from there and walk down to the lake?
What do you mean?
What do you?
There's no water there right now.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You would have to walk down the dock and walk to the lake.
Well, you can get to the lake not too far from my trailer. Because it was Lakeview Mobile Home Park before my dad.
Is there a place you can drive down from there?
I really don't know, to be honest. Isn't there like an access, something on Sugar
That's
Hall?
what I'm asking, I don't know.
There is. You're talking about the ramp, the new ramp they built down there? There is. You talking about the one on Sugar Hall, or you talking about the one on the Vault Bridge? Just before the bridge. They built a new ramp down there.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Okay. Which one are you talking about on Sugar Hall?
Well, I just passed the one that's the Sugar Hall access part.
Okay.
Thank you for letting me talk to my mom.
You're welcome. Let us put this baby to rest. Okay? You come off of that part. Alright? We talked. This is
Those are the only places I know for you all to go look, I swear.
You're positive.
Positive.
Because, listen,
Those are the only places he could get there.
you're telling me all these other stories that you've told me. All those before, those are lies. But this is the truth.
This is the God's honest truth.
Okay? That timeline, all the dates that you gave, all that stuff prior, and all that stuff was made up. And why do you want to come clean now? What benefit do you have?
I don't, but you talk to me. Be honest with me.
Is it for me or is it for your baby?
For my baby, but you're the one who were like, hey, like, it's been going on long enough, you know what I'm saying?
And it's time to put an end to it. You have no idea.
I told you the only places I think you could have went in that short time frame.
I'm gonna step out here, I'm gonna try to look in the map for most places.
Can you bring me a map and I'll try to mark on it where I think?
You need anything?
All right, I'm gonna grab a chair. Here we got some maps.
It's map time. They're going to show us some maps now. It's map time for Megan Boswell, everyone.
I got that one. This one. Okay, 543 Muddy Creek. Is that his dad's?
No, it's not. This is his dad.
Okay, so we got 3 maps here. So here, just take this. And again, you, I know they're kind of small. This is where, that's where you were staying, I think, right? That's it,
Yeah,
right?
that's Buffalo Road.
Okay, this is Sandy Point Street.
Yeah.
This is Muddy Creek Road. And this is where your trailer was, right? Is that right
Yeah.
there?
Well, where's the access point on Sugar Hole Road?
So,
Is this it right here?
You got Sugar Hollow, and you should have the Ball Bridge here.
Maybe there's Sugar Hole Road already. Okay.
I must say, in police interviews, whenever it's suspected that somebody's lying their ass off, I do love it when they make them draw a little map or look at a map and say, okay, now explain where. Remember, we saw that also in Burgos Aviles's, in the Burgos Aviles trial, his police interview. It was like, oh, really? Okay, here's a piece of paper. Draw us a little map of where you drove in and what happened. And even now, they're like, okay, here's a map and a pen. All right, now tell us.
Right across from here, there's like a storage building, like going back up towards that, whatchamacallit.
but you said those are empty, right? Or,
It's
and
just
on
funny,
those?
I don't know.
Okay.
I thought my dad might have gone to the trailer.
You just mark wherever you think, like I said, you'd mentioned that he had just a limited amount of time.
Well, there's the orange places, I think, on this map.
Okay, but you just mark where,
This is like the storage unit.
and is that for both dogs?
That's an access point on Sugar Hole.
Where's his dad's house? Is that here?
Yeah. Well, I don't know anywhere else except for there and Muddy Creek.
Okay, well, just mark that, mark what that is, both dogs. Put your legs down. Is his,
Can I just put Randy's house?
yeah, that's fine. Okay. Anything else you can think of? And if you don't care, just mark, I don't think storage. I think from what you're telling me, if she's in one of these two places, so just write what she was wearing, if you don't care. And that's just whatever, what'd you say her clothing was? Was it her little jumpsuit,
Yeah,
purple
it's a
fleece,
sleeper.
and a sleeper, or was she wrapped up in a blanket? Now notice, hey, this might be hard for you. Write down how she was. Her eyes open.
This pen
Just
is
like
like, it's like giving me goosebumps, you know, the way she's like scratching on the paper there. Oh no, anyone else? Just me? Okay.
She was sleeping, right? No bloodshot, but they were open. She was warm. And all her color was there. She wasn't blue or gray or anything like that, right? Okay. All right. And that would have been 1st of December. Okay, is that right? Like the first week,
Second week, probably.
second week. And that's December. Anything else you can think of? Anybody else you think Hunter may have told? His best friend, I mean, I'm just asking, you may or may
The only
not.
person I know that he's really close to is his mom.
Do you think she knows anything?
His mom would defend him like to the end of the earth.
Okay.
Because I know exactly he's gonna be like, well, I didn't have anything to do with that. He's gonna go back to jail, and his mom will like sit and support him on whatever the hell he says to her.
What else he been in jail for?
I don't know.
Okay.
To be honest with you, I don't.
Okay, so she's just like, yeah, he doesn't want to go back to jail. What has he been in jail for? I don't know. One would think she would know if she's going to throw accusations like that out there.
All right. Let me go out here. Do you need to leave, or you want to hang out here? What do you want to do?
Well, I can't leave.
Huh? Why not?
I figured you all were going to arrest me after I told you.
For what?
For withholding information?
Why would we arrest you?
For withholding information, impeding an investigation?
Well, here's how this works, and again, I'm not talking to you much, but I need you to understand. Number one, I need you to understand that I'm not going to lie to you about anything, okay? That's not what I'm in the business of doing. I need you to understand, too, that we confer with the DA's office, okay? Before we make any kind of decision like that, that's out of our hands. But I need you to understand that I can help you, okay? You've not helped yourself at all during this whole ordeal. You know that. You're not done. No way in shape or form are you done, Maggie. You're smarter than this, than what you've let on. You have lied repeatedly, more times than we. And to be honest, didn't you go on the news last night and say that TBI? Who?
Christy.
You go on the news last night and tell that TBI's not doing our job. You've been up here 100 times. How many TBI agents you see running around? How many Sullivan County investigators you see running around? How many FBI agents you see? We are breaking our backs to bring her home. Then you go out there and do that. That bothers us. But again, we're not in it for anything but to get and bring her home. And you hold the key to that. So with that being said, we're the only ones that can help you. And what I mean by that, and I want you to hear me out, what I mean by that is that when we talk to that DA's office and they say, hey, what did she, well, they're going to say, hey, because we have talked to her, we know she's lied for 6 days now, 5 days, whatever it is. I haven't seen her. Many of us have not seen a full night's sleep in well over a week because of this. But when they go to and say, hey, what did she tell you other than the lies? Because how many lies have you told us? How many? Dozens? Just say it. Let me help you. I'm here to help you. How many lies have you told us?
A lot.
A lot. Every day you've talked to us, right? I need to go to him.
Oh my word. They're like, how many lies have you told us? A lot. Sometimes, and I'm not saying that this is this case, who knows, but sometimes criminals might admit to lesser offenses because they think they're deflecting from the big ones. Like, yep, I did lie a lot. Yes. Charge me with lying. Just not with murder, you know? So, because she's admitting she lied a lot now. All right.
The DA and say, look, I get it, she lied. She was a scared mother who didn't know what to do. Okay? But today, when he and I were in here to talk to us, when you first talked to him, she started to tell us the truth. That truth is what's going to be able for me and him to go to the DA and say, hey, we know she told all these lies. She's telling the truth now. We can help her. We'll go to bat for her. And that's what we're willing to do, is to go to bat for her. Regardless of how many lies you told, we can start over right now. And I can go to bat for you and say, hey, look, she was scared. We just need to bring her home. Like, you need to help us do that. This is a start. But you should, again, you just need to understand my perspective. You've been lied to before. How did it make you feel?
Bad.
And that was over probably something trivial. A boyfriend lied to you about going out with a girl or something like that. We're trying to bring her home. Dozens of guys out here and women out here, and in Quantico, Virginia, Nashville, Tennessee, and Atlanta, Georgia, are all working this thing. That's all we're working right now. To bring her home. Help me tell the DA she was finally the key that brought Evelyn home. I need you to be honest with us. Can you be honest with us?
I am being honest with you.
Is there any place other than here that she is that you know of?
Not
I am being honest with you. She smiles.
that I can think of.
Okay. Anything else you think might be important? Anything else you want to tell us? Okay. Where do you want to go? What do you want to do?
I mean, I can't go to.
You're not under arrest. I say all that to say that to be clear. You're free to go. Just you tell us you want to hang out here. That's fine.
Okay.
We'll continue to help you out. But again, the lies are over.
They are.
We can't help you unless you tell the truth.
I am telling the truth.
Okay.
Just stay here, you want to go outside?
Can I just stay here?
Yes, if you need anything, you're not coming in the door.
Is Angie here?
Who?
Angie?
She is.
Can I sit with her?
Yeah. You want to sit with her in here?
Can I sit with her in her office, or do we have to sit here?
You'll be fine.
You sit tight. You got food here, is that right?
Thank you.
Okay, we'll see what happens next. Becky Gabbard said, it makes me wonder if she's just listing places that she thought about putting her before deciding to put in the Playhouse. Could be. Defense attorney Gene Scott continuing his
Agent
cross-examination.
Fraley, is that a fair and accurate depiction of your interview with Megan Boswell?
Yes, sir, it is.
Judge, I would move that as the next exhibit. Judge, may I approach the court reporter?
If there's any like fluff today, you know, if we catch up to the feet too quick or something, then we can watch that interview from that day again, meaning the media interview that she did before speaking to the police there, right? But for now, let's just keep going here. Thank you so much all for being here with me on day 2 of the Megan Boswell trial, which is 5 years in the making. Wow.
Agent Fraley, I want to, I guess, go back over some of the things she told you. You testified on your direct examination that she had told you she knew the baby was dead, not missing.
Correct.
Now, I didn't really see that initial thing in the video. Was that somewhere else? I mean, it's obvious from the context of what you all are talking about, but had that happened before that video?
Yeah, in my notes, she'd also talked to other investigators, and that was the first day of the 6 days or whatever day we were on that she told us that she was dead instead of missing.
Okay, do you know when did she tell you or did she tell someone else?
It was in other interviews, and again, we were all working together.
Okay.
And it, you know, like I said, she'd talked with other investigators, but that was the first day. And then after that was revealed, that's when Detective Licklider and I brought her into this room and started talking to her again, trying to clarify.
Just so we can clarify a few things for the jury, I think it becomes apparent, but there's a lady in a jail uniform as this video starts.
Yes, sir.
That's Angela Boswell.
That's her, Megan's mother.
And
yes, sir.
You all had arranged for her to be brought to the sheriff's department to meet with Megan?
Yes, sir. She asked to meet with her, and was able to do that.
Okay. And then as the video starts out, you start talking about he back a lot, and later the name Preston or Hunter Wood comes. Is that the he you all are talking about throughout that video?
Yes, sir, it is Hunter Wood that we referred to as her boyfriend.
And at some point, I guess the other thing I noticed in the just so for the jury's context, in the video you all refer to her as Maggie.
Yes, sir. Her name's Megan, but she was called Maggie. I think she told us that's what her nickname was from her real name.
That's what her family called her.
Yes, sir, that's correct.
Fair. So she provided you with several locations that she thought the baby could be in.
Yes, sir.
And one of those was Tommy's property.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And ultimately,
If anyone's feeling lost, Tommy would be Tommy Boswell Sr., her dad and Evelyn's grandfather. Sometimes because the media reports have said over the years, right, Evelyn's grandfather, some people get confused. Well, is it Megan's grandfather? Whose grandfather? Evelyn's grandfather, Megan's father's property. Tommy Boswell Sr., right? Okay. So that's where the playhouse is and where Evelyn's body was found, inside in a trash can.
Evelyn was found on Tommy's property.
That's correct.
Now, this interview occurred on the 25th of February, 2020, correct?
That's correct.
Okay. When?
Okay, why are we stuck? What's happening? There was a glitch in the feed.
Continue.
Continue. Yes, please, sir. So that interview was February 25th. February 25th of 2020. And her media interview was uploaded February 26th. So it was probably also, I believe it was on the same day, because she also had the same outfit on.
We're back on the record.
No, we're back on the.
Okay, so they did have a little glitch.
I'm sorry,
yes.
can you,
Yes, sir. When was the body ultimately found?
March 6th of 2020.
You know, there's a conversation between you and Megan about the fact that you're not arresting her that day.
Yes, sir.
In fact, she was later arrested that night by Mr. Price, was she not?
I believe she was.
She did not end up leaving the Sullivan County Detention Center from the time the detention center and the Sheriff's Department are all connected together here.
Yes, sir. They're connected here. Their offices are in the same building.
One large building.
Yes, sir.
So she did not leave there from the time of that interview until she was arrested.
I don't think she did.
Now, when did you first search Tommy Boswell's property?
That would have been March 6th when Evelyn's body was found.
Okay. So, was there some reason you didn't?
Interesting. The question was, when did you first search Tommy Boswell's property? And he said March 6th when we found Evelyn's body. Because from opening statements, it sounded like they'd been at the property the defense said they'd been at the property multiple times. They'd been around the shed. They had cadaver dogs out there. So now I wonder. And you? Did I hear that right?
Didn't search the property from the time she told you on February 25th until March 6th?
I can't recall specifically why we didn't, other than she had told so many lies. We didn't know if this was true or not, so
Interesting.
There wasn't solid evidence because she had lied so much that this was the truth. So,
Are you certain the property wasn't searched before?
not by me, no, sir. It may have been searched, but
Was it searched by the TBI, or do you know?
I don't recall. I wasn't out there until the 6th that I recall.
Okay.
There may have been other detectives.
Well, that makes sense. Then there may have been other detectives, or the TBI might have been out there, which is why the defense referred to that in his opening statements.
Agents, FBI, Sullivan County, or even TBI for that matter.
As far as TBI goes, who was in charge of this at the time?
Agent Gratz was the case agent, David Gratz.
Who was the field office manager?
Christopher Wilhoit, he's the assistant special agent in charge.
What was your position at the time?
I was to assist Agent Gratz in the case.
Okay. So you went there one time to that property?
That I recall, yes, sir, on March 6th.
I'll be showing you what's been previously admitted as Exhibit 17. Agent Fraley, you previously identified this photograph as how the trash can was found when you
Yeah,
there.
yes, sir. It looks like the ones from yesterday.
Yes, sir, it is.
Okay, yes, sir.
All the monitors are off.
Yeah, I know, I'm trying to.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm like, oh no, here we go again. Don't show any graphic pictures now. Court TV didn't. Today's feed is from Law and Crime. Please, no graphic pictures.
You'll have to look at the search at this point.
Shame, but that is the trash can where Evelyn's body was found when the police went out there on March 6th to search. In that playhouse, they searched the shed because Tommy Boswell Sr. said, maybe you should search the shed because we don't really use it, and I don't think it had been searched much before from what I understand. And so they went there, searched the shed, found nothing, went then to the playhouse, which is very close to it as well. We saw pictures of the layout of everything yesterday, and they searched in there. And in this trash can, there was first like another trash bag on top. And there were also diapers on top and toys. There was chewing gum in there and cookie wrappers and eggshells. And when they took that trash bag off and they saw this and they opened that trash bag, they found Evelyn's body, and she was placed in this trash can upside down. In that penguin onesie, diaper on, upside down, oh my goodness, and then tightly wrapped in a blanket and her head wrapped in foil.
And I believe is this the position the trash can was in when you found it?
That's representative of, like I said, once the door was open, on how the trash can and the bags were there.
When you say it's representative, was the trash can moved and put back in place, or is that exactly how it was?
In this particular picture, I think that my best recollection is that's how it was. It wasn't. At some point in time, I did remove these and we stopped because of the weight of the trash can, believing that Evelyn might be in that trash can. But like I said, my best recollection is that was the way it was when the door was open and we first saw that.
Okay. At some point after picking the trash can up, was it placed back in the same position for more photos?
I believe, yes, sir, it was.
Okay, so some of the photos we saw yesterday, the trash can was not exactly as you found it. It was to the best of your ability to put it back. Is that fair?
Yes, and this probably, well, I don't want to probably, but yes, that is correct. It was moved and then replaced. And then, like I said yesterday, we stopped and made some phone calls after we confirmed or believed that to be Evelyn's body.
And the trash bag, the black trash bag, that's ultimately where Evelyn's body is found.
Underneath, it looks like, yes, there was a black trash bag on top of the one that's in there.
Okay. Where did you find the body? And what I mean by that is, did you find the body in the trash can after you had removed it? They're giving you a pointer,
Oh,
so if you
okay.
need that. After you had removed the trash can from the building, or were you still in the building when you found the body?
Best I can remember, sir, was, like I said, we opened that door and we saw those items. Now we had the knowledge of, she had said that there was maybe to look for a trash can. So that alerted us. Red flag went off, if you will. That time I think I removed some items on top of that and maybe moved the can, but like I said, once I felt the can, it had some significant weight to it, more so than a regular trash can has household trash in it. Removed some items off the top of that, and then that's when I first saw the leg of Evelyn's body. Like I said, maybe replaced it or resituated best I can, stopped what we were doing, and made the appropriate phone calls.
So you say you replaced it.
Set it back, yes, close to it.
Set the trash can back in. Did you set the stuff back in the trash can that was on top of the body?
I don't recall putting those items back on top. I think once those items were removed, and some of the items I remember specifically, there was a bread bag, an empty bread bag that was in that top portion of the trash, and I recall it having a September 2019 expiration date, which again alerted us that, hey, this wasn't there like the rest of that stuff I testified to was obvious to me. It had been there for years, and now you had these couple bags of trash in this can that looked out of place or looked more recent. And I think, well, after seeing that, opening that bread bag with that date, obviously that date gave us an idea that this was a window of time that was recent, that fit close to the proximity that Evelyn was reported missing.
Okay. So the black trash bag in Exhibit 17, it appears to be pressed down in the trash can. Is
Yes,
that correct?
sir. Yes, sir.
So at some point you took it out of the trash can.
Yes, sir. That was, as I best recall, that was the first thing removed from that can.
Agent Fraley, I'm going to show you what's been marked as Exhibit 15.
Okay.
Is that the same black trash bag?
Yes, sir. As best I recall, you could only see that portion in that last picture, and that's after it's kind of been opened
Okay.
to inspect the contents inside.
Okay. So that picture was taken after you open the door, obviously. You take the trash bag out of the can, or did you?
I can't recall if I did or not. Like I said, I think I did, because to inspect the bigger bag that was down in the bottom of the can with Evelyn's body.
Okay, did you place the black trash bag back in the can?
I can't recall if I did or not. Like I said, once we confirmed that was Evelyn's body, or what we believed to be, we stopped. But I can't remember if I placed it back in there or set it to the side.
Now, I assume there's a protocol to how you all would handle.
Sorry to pause it right there. Okay, so we start late on purpose, right? So if you're watching the replay, doesn't matter. You're watching the replay. Thank you for watching. Secondly, if you're watching live with me, obviously we start later so that we can defluff, you know. But we don't want spoiler alerts, except for if you know, like yesterday, if you know there's a graphic picture coming up, please tell me, because I'm trying to keep an eye on it as well. Here I could see they do show some pictures, but it doesn't look like it gets... It doesn't look like they're going to show the graphic pictures that they showed some of yesterday. Okay, so I think we're okay for now.
Handle a scene like this. Could
Yes.
you walk me through that?
Well, typically, like I said, this was a looking for Evelyn's body, because based off of what the phone call had come in to come there to search for items that he had said had been brought there and placed in the yard barn. We found those items. I think Detective or Special Agent Gratz and Haraz with the Sheriff's Department started looking, inspecting, and made the decision to take that. And then the process of that led us to the just to look in the playhouse where we found these items. So for protocol, I guess there's not a checklist to start looking, but once items are found, the protocol is to photograph those, bag those, seal those bags, mark those bags, and ultimately send them to our TBI labs for examination.
And I assume the protocol would be not to contaminate other pieces of evidence there. You want to keep everything as separate as possible.
As best we can.
You described the situation where you all placed her body on a clean body bag.
Yes, sir.
And I think you said y'all put wax paper on the porch prior to doing that.
I think it was like butcher paper, this rolled butcher paper, then the body bag on top of that, and then as we were removing the contents of the trash can, it was onto the body bag.
The black bag, when you inspected it, anything significant in it?
Like I said, the only thing that sticks out is that bread bag with the date. Kind of, you know, like I said, that other stuff had been there for years, it appeared to me, and the others. And this appeared to be recent, and that date on that bag, I recall.
Okay. If I could approach the court reporter, Judge.
I mean, I know they were there to check everything, but imagine if they missed the playhouse. If they're just like, well, we were told we should check the shed. There's nothing in the shed. Let's go home. Luckily, they also checked the playhouse, and yeah, that's pretty smart observation to be like, wow, everything in here looks like dusty, like it's been here for years, and then yet there's this out-of-place trash can. Let's check that. And there they found Evelyn's body, right?
Agent Fraley, I'm showing you what's been marked as Exhibit 11. You recognize that?
That looks like, yeah, that is one of the pictures introduced yesterday.
Okay, what
That's the playhouse with the door open, showing the trash can inside the doorway.
And that's the front porch of the where you ultimately place the body bag, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, if you could, do you have that pointer still?
Yes, sir.
Could you point for the jury and show them where you placed the paper, where you placed the bag?
Can you raise that? Does that raise up anymore? Okay, yeah,
Is
that's,
that better?
yeah, it was on this porch right here.
You know, even I'm speculating, but the state of this playhouse, one would think if Megan really cared about her only child, this little girl, then make the playhouse nice for her. It was your childhood playhouse, right? Surely Megan enjoyed it. Why can't she make it nice for Evelyn? Why is it just like a storage shed? Unpack that. Make it nice for her. But no, and now it's like something really creepy to look at based on what she did, allegedly.
And I'll take that one down. So if we could go back to that for just a minute.
Okay.
Over here on the side, can you see what looks to be like, is wire?
This right here?
Yes.
Yes.
I'm going to show you another picture.
Okay.
Does that appear to be the same wire?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and that appears to be an accurate representation of the porch at some point during that night.
Yes, sir.
We'd move this as the next exhibit, Judge.
Any objection? 46.
Right. Go.
Let me see everybody over here.
Peggy says, you took the words right out of my keyboard, G. The playhouse should have been decorated with girly things for playing, not a grave. I mean, it is possible that Megan moved the trash can there
Right, go ahead, Mr. Scott.
after thinking, well, the police have already searched the property, so now I'm going to put it there. It is possible, or, and where would she have had it then? Well, she wasn't staying there, you know? She was staying apparently with a friend. And there was also a time where she stayed in this mobile home with her brother and mother. So it depends where she was staying as well, where the trash can was from, when she decided to move it. You know, was it right after she allegedly put Evelyn in it, or when, you know? So Evelyn was last seen December 6th of 2019. But still, I mean, wouldn't she think that if somebody like her dad ever opened that playhouse, like, oh man, there's a trash can, there's trash in it, wouldn't she think that someone would at some point want to take that out? And she'd be found out anyway? It's very strange. Well, okay.
Agent Fraley, I'm going to show you what's been marked as Exhibit 21.
Yes, sir.
You recognize that?
Yes, that was one of the photos introduced yesterday depicting the removal of the trash bag containing Evelyn's body from the can onto the body bag.
And that was done on the front of the porch, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Was, at the time you all did that, the wire and stuff, was that kept away from that body bag, or?
Best I recall, we moved those items in order to clear the front porch to do this.
Okay, to keep from contaminating anything, I
We
assume.
have to provide room as a flat space, the most convenient place for that. But it was, like I said, right there on the front porch. I think it was moving off to the side of the playhouse.
If we could go back to the last, actually. We'll put back.
The mystery officer says, Grizzly, do you think she went to her dad's property in the dark of the night? That part just blows my mind. I would think so. You know, because her dad, I don't know when her dad last saw Megan, but her dad said he last saw Evelyn around Thanksgiving. So, yeah, at what point does she go back to that property? How? I wish we could have that timeline. Well, maybe we will. Maybe in this trial we learn more and more. Obviously, I would hope so.
Back up exhibit 46. Exhibit 46, I'm showing you around the wire and stuff.
Yes, sir.
Does it appear to you that there are some leaves and debris under the wire?
I can't make out. I'm sorry, I can't make out exactly what that is.
Okay. How far to do you recognize what that is?
Like I said, that's a little clearer picture. That's not.
What is that a picture of?
It looks to be a portion of that picture.
Sorry.
Is it up in this portion here? That area, is that a zoomed in
Yes,
of that area?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, there's that's a little clearer.
Okay, do you recognize that picture that you have in front of you?
Yes, sir. Like I said, it looks to be the middle portion of that, and it's a little clearer now that it does appear leaves, maybe some grass or hay or something there underneath that wire in this area.
Okay.
And also, it appears maybe 2 insect pupae right there.
If I may, I would ask that the picture is identified with the next exhibit.
You get
No, no objection.
47.
We'd ask to publish this at this time. Agent Fraley, is that a better
Yes, sir.
picture for you to
Yes,
describe
sir.
to the jury?
It is.
I believe you said you saw some leaves.
Yes, sir. It looks like maybe right there,
Uh-huh.
and that might that area right there was on what I said looked like grass or hay, possibly.
Okay.
And then I'm sorry,
Oh,
those
go
two,
ahead.
those two right there is what it said looked like insect.
You described those as pupae.
Yes, that's
You talked about pupae yesterday. What's pupae?
it's just where an insect once an egg is formed, it's formed as larva. In the middle of that stage before it fully develops into an adult, that's the stage of that.
Okay, so the egg would be laid and then it forms into this. Is that what you're saying?
That's correct. Yes, sir.
Okay. That pupae, do they move on their own?
Yes, they're living organisms, and they feed, which, like I testified yesterday, it's common with human decomposition that the eggs are laid on that decomposing human flesh, and that's where they develop from there.
Helen says, baby Evelyn always looked clean, dressed nice, had lots of toys. She was walking, chatting before 1 year old. That doesn't seem neglect to me, so I'm confused. Was it heat of the moment? The state's alleging that it's basically, the timeline seems to match the time that she met this Hunter Wood, this guy that she wanted to be with, and maybe she thought, well, he doesn't want me to have a child, so, you know, get rid of the child. Maybe that was her thought. I don't know, because it is strange that on her social media she was really doting on Evelyn. She was like, she's my angel. She gives me a reason to wake up in the morning. She gives me purpose. And she shared a lot of videos on social media. And then, yeah, suddenly things took quite the turn. And it's interesting that the timeline that it took a turn is when she had a new love interest, right?
You say they're living organisms, but in fact a pupae is an insect in its inactive, immature form between larva and adult.
It's in the middle.
It's an inactive form.
Okay.
Do you agree with that?
Yes, sir.
So they don't crawl around, do they?
Like I said, the eggs are laid, and then they develop into an adult.
Okay, that's the stage before they become larvae, which would move around.
Yes, sir.
Let me ask you about the, so when you found the body in the trash can, it was in a bag, correct?
Yes, sir.
Evelyn had leaves in her hair?
I don't recall that. I don't recall that.
Okay, were there any leaves in that trash can?
I don't recall.
You
the
say you
leaves.
don't. When you say you don't recall, I guess I want you to clarify. Did you say I don't remember? You say I don't remember, or I don't remember?
Even reviewing the pictures yesterday, I don't remember saying. I mean, it's been 5 years, but even reviewing those, I don't remember seeing leaves inside of those.
So you don't think there were leaves in the trash can or her hair?
Like I said, I don't remember seeing those even after the review of those photographs yesterday.
Okay. I want to talk about the body. Obviously,
I think, and I'm not sure, we'll have to see where this goes, but it seems like the point would be to blame someone else, right? Especially if it was on Tommy Boswell's property, and they've already mentioned Hunter Wood, the boyfriend, maybe implying the body was moved or something. Blueberry says, what in the world is he questioning about larvae? Jeez, right?
when you find it, you had to move it to some degree.
Yes, sir.
I mean, you would have done your best to have placed it back you moved it out of the trash can and then placed it back like it was, I'm assuming.
No, sir.
Okay, tell me what you did.
Are you talking about removing the body and then putting it back in?
Yes.
No, sir.
Okay.
That's incorrect.
Okay, tell me.
No, once we went into the playhouse, opened that door, saw what we saw, the trash can, the 2 bags that, like I said, were obvious to us that they didn't match everything else in that playhouse. It was, and then confirming, like I said, with the information that Megan had provided to us, that the trash can was in play. That first black bag removed, and then I talked about the empty bread bag that had expiration date. That confirmed this wasn't in the time frame of this other stuff with the dust and the cobwebs. Pulled that off, and that's when the odor of decomposition appeared or was present, and then pulled that fleece blanket back, and then that's when I saw the leg and the foot. That's when we stopped at that point. Then made our phone calls, forensic pathology, medical examiner, DA's office, and our chain of command.
So I assume you made as minimal of movement as the body as possible.
Yes, sir. Again, because we were, number one, trying to confirm if that was her. We were optimistic and hopeful it was. And once we verified that, at that point, we stopped and waited on them for guidance.
But it would be fair to say you moved the body.
Absolutely, we did. Like I said, not from the trash can and then put it back.
But you had to move it within the trash can in order to see what you were seeing.
No, again.
He's being careful now. No. Yeah, because now we're going with the tampering with evidence angle.
Just pulled the blanket back and saw that leg and foot. The body wasn't moved. Now, it may have moved when we moved the trash can, but we didn't physically touch the body, remove it, and replace it.
So fair to say you didn't try to move it, but when you moved the trash can, it could have moved.
Yes, sir, absolutely could have moved.
Judge, could I have just a minute? Did you collect any evidence there yourself? I know, and what I'm saying is typically, at least for the jury, I'll explain the question. I know you know what I'm asking you, but typically a lot of law enforcement people are there. One person may collect this, one person may collect that. Did you collect any of the evidence there?
I recall when we first got there and we were in that yard barn where all that evidence was. I think Gratz wanted, Special Agent David Gratz, wanted all of that taken. I think I assisted in that. And then, like I said, then went to the playhouse, found Evelyn's body, was active in processing that. Those bags, what wasn't sent to the forensic center for autopsy, which included Megan's body and the clothing and the blanket.
Evelyn's body, sir. I hope they can correct them there.
Those other items were collected. They were transferred from that scene over to the Sullivan County Sheriff's Department, where we continued to process. But I think I was party to that as well. So I think to answer your question, what you're getting at, if I collected evidence items, and yes, I did.
Do you know which items?
I'd have to look at those lists because they were, it was voluminous in the items that were collected. It was dozens, I believe. I'd have to see that list to refresh my memory.
Judge, that's all the questions I have for Agent Fraley. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Okay, cross-examination done. Let's see if there's redirect. Spanky Ham said, I hope the state provides therapy for the jurors that will suffer from PTSD seeing those graphic images. I can't even imagine. Right? I mean, when they know they're going to be at this trial, they're going to be the jurors, and they're sequestered for this entire time, but they don't know what case it is or what they're going to be seeing. Can you imagine just seeing all of this, especially even on the first day, from what they had to go over, and just hearing the evidence so far. Now, Janice, you asked earlier if there was any body cam from when they first discovered the body. At this point, your guess is as good as mine. I don't know, because we haven't seen it. They haven't introduced that into evidence, but I don't know. I hope so, but who knows? We shall see. Obviously, they would have taken lots of photos, though.
Just briefly, Judge. Agent Fraley, Mr. Scott asked you some questions about the moving of the body after you located it in the trash can. When you first saw the trash can and the black bag that was in there, how would you describe them as far as where they were positioned in the trash can?
Like I said, trash can, as we've seen in these photographs, the black bag was on top. Then you see it kind of opened. That's where the bread bag was. After that was removed, then was the white trash bag. After that is opened, then the next thing visible was the gray and white fleece blanket. Pulled that back, and that's when I first saw the legs. So, if that answers your question.
Well, let me ask you this. I mean, was the black trash bag just sitting on the top, or had it been pushed down inside, or? Did you have to, in other words, did you have to pull it out of?
I pulled it out. Yes, sir.
Okay. And the white trash bag, again, was it pushed down in there? Or did you?
Yes, it was compressed almost to a degree of compression that it created like a vacuum coming out when we removed the bag from the can.
Okay, so it wasn't just gently placed
No,
on top
no,
of
absolutely not.
All right. And to the extent.
So at a hearing where the medical examiner spoke, she said that based on her findings, Evelyn was pushed into that trash can with such force that her head was like backwards. She was like in a reverse fetal position. And some of her facial features had been flattened. So that's why I think the state's asking now, so like, could you just lift it out, or what was it like? And they describing that now.
That you have already testified, you did not in any way, once you located the body in the trash can, manipulate it, pull it out. You didn't pull the trash bag up to look and see what else was in there. You all didn't do anything else with that until the medical examiner arrived.
No, like I said, we stopped, and even once it was removed, it was a gentle process where it was removing the bag containing the body, tilting that can onto the body bag on the.
Thank you, Agent Fraley. That's all I have, Judge.
Thank you, John.
Have recalls, any questions? The trash can, you all moved it outside of the building before the medical examiner got there?
I can't remember exactly, but that we could have moved that to the front porch to remove that black bag with the bread bag and then placed it back. I can't say 100% if that was done, but it could have been.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
That's all, Judge.
Does he need to be under subpoena?
I have served an additional subpoena on him should he need it later.
He'll need to be. All right. Agent Fraley, thank you for your testimony in this case. You're still under subpoena, still need to remain on.
Okay.
Thank you.
You ready for the next witness?
Yeah.
State called Tommy Boswell.
Ooh. Ah, the state would call Tommy Boswell. Okay, so that's Megan's father. I hope you guys know from the presentation already. I'll quickly go to this chart. Obviously, yesterday we found out from opening statements that Ethan Perry wasn't Evelyn Boswell's dad. Megan lied about that. But here's a little chart just so that you can see who's who. So there's Megan. She had 3 siblings. That's her dad, Tommy Boswell Sr. It was his property where Evelyn's body was found in Megan's childhood playhouse. And so he's going to take the stand now. Okay, he's the one who reported Evelyn missing because he hadn't seen her since Thanksgiving, and he was just trying to figure out where she was. And I would assume we're going to hear now more. We'll hear more now. Did Megan tell him lots of stories? It sounds so. You know, she's in foster care. She's with her mother. She's with Ethan. All these stories, right? So we will hear that now. Megan's mother is Angela Boswell. They mentioned her in the police video interview, saying that someone was there in a jail outfit. It was her mother who was in and out of jail. And her boyfriend at the time was William McLeod, who you can see on the right-hand side there. Hunter Wood is the one they've mentioned. I really hope we get to see him on the stand. That was Megan's boyfriend in December-ish of 2019. She met him at the chicken shop that he owned, and he says he never met Evelyn. But her story is that the two of them were sleeping in a bed together with Evelyn, and then they rolled over her, and she was implying that Hunter is the one who got rid of Evelyn's body. Okay, so I hope the little chart helps. You could check out Trial Prep if you missed it. There's 2 episodes of Trial Prep. The second episode is really just watching all of her interviews, which are very interesting. I would recommend checking that out. But yeah, if you want more of that presentation, it's on there.
Unless did any of the jurors need a brace?
That's her.
Raise your right hand to be sworn, please. I gotta give you your microphone. Raise your right hand.
Yes, sir.
State your name.
Tommy Boswell Sr.
Solemnly swear affirm testimony about to give you the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Yes, sir.
Speak into the microphone, please.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
If you would, speak like Judge asked, scoot up close to that microphone.
All right, how's
there
that?
you go. That's better. You're Tommy Boswell, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And Mr. Boswell, where do you live?
543 Muddy Creek Road, Bluntful.
All right. Is that here in Sullivan County?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And you are the father of the defendant, Megan Boswell, is that right?
Yes, sir.
She's your daughter? Okay. And Evelyn is your granddaughter?
Yes, sir.
All right. Now, Megan's mother, who was she?
Angel Boswell,
All right.
or Jones.
Okay. And two of you, are you still married?
No, we've been divorced since 16.
2000.
Yeah, 2016 is when they got divorced for the final time. They had been separated before. Wait, so they had 3 kids. They were separated. They got back together. I'm talking about Megan's parents now. And then they got divorced for they were, broken up, divorced for the final time in 2016. And man, did they have quite the rocky relationship by the media reports saying there was domestic violence, lots of chaos in the home, according to, the police having been out there at the property. At some point, Angela, Megan's mother, apparently stabbed Tommy with a pen in his neck. And at another point, Tommy came home and the older brother was with Tommy Boswell Jr., the brother, Megan's older brother, okay, was also with him. And they came home and Angela, Megan's mother, was in bed with another man. So they chased this man and I think they drove over him with their car, is what they said. He survived, from what I read, but I'm like, wow, it sounds like that was a very roller coaster type of relationship, right? Lots of alleged, I've just read from media reports, local news, saying there was lots of substance abuse, alcohol, all of that.
16?
Yes.
How long were you all married?
17, 18 years, something like that.
Okay. Megan lived with the two of you when she was growing up?
Mainly lived with my mom and dad.
Okay. And where did they live?
Right below me, we lived on the same piece of property.
Okay. They're on Muddy Creek?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, at some point in time, did you have problems with Megan that eventually led to her being placed in foster care?
Well, that's her mother's fault for not sending her to school. And she'd come to stay with me. And then she wanted to go stay with her mom. I said, you got to school. We got to go to court Friday. And I said, you don't go to school tomorrow. I said, they will send you off. Well, she went and stayed with her mom. Mom didn't send her to school. Went to court. Stayed Tucker.
Okay. Now, let's back up a little bit. This was after you and Angel were divorced?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. All right. How old was Megan when all this took place?
The divorce, or which part?
When Megan went into foster care?
I think she's about 17.
Okay. Was she in high school?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, while Megan was in foster care, were you aware that she had a child?
Yeah.
Okay. And who was that child?
That was Evelyn, my granddaughter.
All right. Do you remember when she was born?
I'm so nervous today, I can't tell you the date.
All right. Which is November 2018?
That's right.
Sound
yeah.
about right? Okay. During this time that she was in foster care, were you working with DCS to get her back into your custody?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I've done everything in my power.
Okay. What sorts of things were they having you do?
I'd meet foster care parents on different weekends. We went to church events, different things like that, and then they finally let me get her on the weekends, and then she'd come over and stay.
All right. And she had Evelyn during this time with her?
No, Evelyn wasn't born then.
Okay. Did you do that after Evelyn was born?
Yeah.
Okay. Because Evelyn was born while she was in foster care,
Foster care,
right?
yeah. Uh-huh.
Okay. Now, at some point in time, did Megan or Maggie come back to live with you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Do you remember when that was?
I don't remember the exact dates. Okay. But it was after Evelyn was born.
All right. Okay. So Evelyn's born in November 2018.
Yes, sir.
So at some point in time after that?
I can't remember exactly the dates, but she was real little whenever they come back.
All right. And that's to when you say she came back, was that to your house there at Muddy Creek?
Muddy Creek, yeah.
Okay.
Megan and Evelyn come back to my place.
So they were both living there with you. Who else was in the house all the time?
I had my little daughter and my son, and then my soon-to-be ex-wife was there. Okay. And she had her little boy part-time.
All right. When you say soon-to-be ex-wife, that's someone different than Angel, correct?
Yes, this is Ashley.
Ashley. And when you say Ashley, what's her last
Rosenbaum.
name? Ashley Rosenbaum. Okay. Were the two of you married at that time or dating?
No, not that time. We were engaged.
Okay. All right. When Megan came back to live with you, was she working? Did you help her out? How did she support herself?
I supported her.
Okay.
I supported her when she's with them people.
All right.
Bought her whatever she needed and give her money and stuff.
Okay. Well, tell the jury, because we don't know. What sorts of things did you do to help her out?
I give her money. She had my credit card number. She'd get stuff on it. I mean, if she needed anything, the baby needed anything, I seen to it they had it.
Okay. We heard some information that came out earlier today about Megan having a car. Did you have anything to do with that?
I bought her a brand new car, paid cash for it, get $20,000 cash for it, and her the title to it.
Did you help?
Natalie says, theory, Megan was staying with her friend and said to them that she thinks Evelyn is in a shed on her dad's property. In my opinion, the friend contacted Tommy. That's why his call to the police was so accurate. That is a good theory, actually, because that is, through media reports, what the friend said, that Megan was saying, like, Megan didn't help in the searches, you know, and the friend was like side-eyeing her already. And then she said, I think my mom hurt Evelyn and probably put her in the shed on the property. You know, so that's actually a good theory. Maybe the friend did tell Tommy, and maybe then Tommy's like, whoa, let me tell the police just to check.
Help out with expenses for taking care of Evelyn
Yes, sir.
while she was living there?
Yeah, I bought everything while she was there. Bought diaper genies, just whatever baby needed.
Okay. So how long did Megan and Evelyn end up staying there at the house with you?
I don't know exactly. I don't want to lie to you. Just a few months. It wasn't that long.
Okay, just a few months?
Yeah.
Well, what happened that caused her not to be living with you anymore?
Not cleaning her room, to be honest with you. I mean, I had my two little ones. Ashley had her boy part-time. And then we had Megan and my granddaughter, and Megan didn't want to clean her room, and that's causing problems between me and her.
Okay. So did she leave your house?
Yeah.
Okay. Where did she go from there?
I think she went to my mom's for a few days, and then she went up to the trailer park.
Okay. Judge, could I see exhibit number 1?
To get diagram. I mean, I'm sorry, not 26.
Mr. Boswell, I'm going to show you what's been admitted as exhibit number 6. Do you see that on the screen in front of you?
Yes, sir.
All right. Does that look like an accurate diagram of your property where you live out there on Muddy Creek? You recognize that?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Okay. And if you're looking at the diagram up there at the top, it says Tommy Boswell Trailer.
Yeah.
Is that where you were living? Is that where you live?
That's a house. It's not
Okay.
a trailer.
Okay. And then down below that, what's labeled as residence, is that the trailer where your mom was
Yeah,
living?
that's where mom was.
Okay. So she left your place up at the top there, Tommy Boswell, and then she moved just down, same piece of property, but there to where it shows as a residence.
Until her and Ashley got the trailer cleaned up and ready for her to move into it.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Now, do you know how long she lived there at your mom's residence?
No, I don't, sir. I mean,
Was it a long time?
stayed,
Weeks, months?
no, maybe a week or two. It wasn't long.
Okay. So where did she go from there?
To the trailer.
Okay. When you say
Trailer park.
okay, did you or your son, family members own a trailer park?
Yeah.
You're referring to it as a trailer park,
Yeah.
but we don't
Yeah.
know what that is.
Yeah, we owned a trailer park, and we gave her a trailer.
Okay. Where was this trailer park located?
I can't think of that road.
Is it here in Sullivan County?
Yeah, it's here in Sullivan County. It's Sugar. I can't even think the name of that road, sir.
Did you say Sugar?
I think it's Sugar something. Is it Sugar Holler?
Sugar Hollow. Okay.
Is that the name of it?
Okay. Well, I can't answer that. I'm asking questions, so
Okay.
you got to answer.
Yeah.
All right.
Like that open
So
love.
you
That love. Is that what it is? I can't answer that. Don't ask me that, sir. Okay, so it's getting interesting, right? Thank you so much all for being here. If you're only joining now, this is a very important witness. This is the person who reported Evelyn Boswell missing, which was in mid-Feb. She hadn't been seen since December 6th. But imagine how much longer it could have gone on if he didn't report her missing, right?
was that something you owned or your son owned? Or
My son owned it.
Okay, your son owned it. So you, how was it? Explain to me exactly what happened as far as Megan's living arrangements were concerned there at the trailer park.
What do you mean? She
Well,
didn't pay no rent, no light bill. I mean, she didn't pay no bills, if that's what you're asking.
Okay, so you had a trailer out there and you let her go live there?
Yeah, and I paid all the bills.
Okay. Did she live there by herself or who lived there with her?
As far as I know, her and Evelyn.
Okay. Do you remember when this was that she moved into that trailer?
Goodness, no, I don't, sir.
Okay. Would you say
All this stuff I've tried to put back in my brain and to want to forget it, and I'm trying my best to remember it. And
well, I appreciate that. Okay. So she and Evelyn are living in this trailer by themselves out on Sugar Hollow. Is that right?
Yes, speak up.
yes,
Okay.
Sure.
Okay. You okay?
yeah, I'm fine.
Okay.
I'll show you, man.
If you need a minute, let us know. Okay.
Not good.
Okay. Did you ever go out and see Megan and Evelyn when they lived there at the trailer?
A few times.
Okay. Did you see the condition of the trailer, what it looked like?
Most of the time I'd stay outside. She'd come outside to be pretty because I'd look around, pick up garbage and stuff.
Okay. So
But a couple times I went in, but not that much.
okay. Did she have Evelyn with her?
Yeah.
When you were out there? Okay. So did there come a point in time at which you realized Megan was no longer living there in the trailer?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you remember when that was?
Nah, I don't remember the dates.
Did you do something as a result of the fact that Megan was no longer?
Oh, yeah, I told her, I said, if you're not going to live there, I said, you need to let it snow. I said, we need to rent that.
Okay. And did you do something?
Yeah, I told her, I said, if you're going to live with Hunter, I said, you need to move your stuff out.
Okay. And did she do that?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you have to clean it out or do anything to it before you could re-rent the trailer?
There's a guy worked with us. He took care of the park, as you say. He got free rent, and he cleaned it up and done stuff like that and mowed. And
Okay. Well, do you remember what the condition of the trailer was when Megan moved out?
it was pretty dirty.
Okay. Did he have to do anything, or did you have to pay to have anything done to the trailer to be able to re-rent it?
Oh, yeah.
And what was that?
Just cleaned all the furniture and stuff out and cleaned it up, and they had to replace some of the floor, which was bad.
Okay. Did Megan leave anything behind in the trailer, or you know? Did she take her? Well, let me ask it this way: did she take all her stuff with her?
I didn't go through the trailer.
Okay. This guy that you hired.
Hired, he did, and I told him, I said, whatever's left, she said she didn't want, and I said, there's a truck there, load it in the truck, take it to landfill. That's what we done. Whoever moved out, we can clean them out. That's what we do.
Okay. So you loaded up a bunch of stuff in a truck and hauled it off, or had this guy do that?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right. Do you know where Megan was staying? You said she was no longer living
She's
in the
supposed to be
trailer.
living with Hunter.
Okay. Was that Hunter Wood?
Yes, sir.
All right. Was that, as far as you know, was that her boyfriend at the
Yeah,
time?
yeah.
Okay. Had you met Hunter?
Not at that time, I don't think.
Okay. Do you remember when the first time that you met Hunter was?
Goodness. It was either when she come up Earth Angel to get my two little ones, or when we went to Gatlinburg for Christmas, or Pigeon Fords.
Okay. So you went with, well, let me ask you this. Who did you go to? Pigeon Forge with?
Hunter and my son, and his family and me and my family and Megan and Hunter went.
Okay. And when was that again?
That was the day after Christmas or the day before Christmas. I can't remember exactly.
All right. So it's around Christmas.
Mhm.
You met Hunter.
Yep.
Who was he there with Megan?
Yeah.
All right.
I could have met him before that and don't remember it now. I don't want to lie to you, but that's the best of my knowledge.
Okay. Did your trip there at Pigeon Forge, did Megan have Evelyn with her at the time?
No, sir.
Did that seem unusual to you?
Yes, I asked her.
Okay. You asked her what?
Where Evelyn's at.
Okay. Did she tell you?
Okay, wait, just pause. Could you see the chat's getting a little distracted about a reference to gypsies and things like that? Just know that Megan herself said it. Megan said that they are gypsies, but they're not a cult. So that's where it comes from. No one's just like throwing it out there. Also, a lot of you emailed me to say there were 6 seasons of My Big Fat Gypsy Wedding, and the Boswell family are on season 2, episode 6, somewhere around there. Is that right? Let me just see if there's another email as well. Yeah, so many people have sent me this reference. I haven't seen it, but someone said as well, her and her family are gypsies. I used to watch a TV show called My Big Fat American Gypsy Wedding, I believe season 2. We were introduced to the Boswell family. So a lot of emails all say it's season 2, around episode 6. I then asked, well, can you see Megan? Can you see that it's her family or not? And I haven't really got clarity on that. But just know that why people even speculate about it, talk about it, is because Megan herself said that, she said, we're gypsies, but we're not a cult. So that is why, right? They're bookish. I was trying to find your comment. I saw it fly by. I was trying to find it. You're reminding everyone that she said it herself in her media interviews. Bookish said exactly, I used to watch Gypsy Sisters. That was the spinoff. Okay.
Said that Ethan had her.
Okay. Do you know who Ethan was?
Yeah, I met Ethan.
Let's go back just a few seconds here. Just go to that question here. Okay, here we go.
Angel to get my 2 little ones. Or when we went to Gatlinburg for Christmas, or Pigeon Forge.
Okay. So you went with, well, let me ask you this. Who did you go to Pigeon Forge?
Hunter, my son, and his family, and me and my family, and Megan and Hunter went.
Okay. And when was that again?
That was the day after Christmas or the day before Christmas. I can't remember exactly.
All right. So it's around Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
You met Hunter.
Yep.
Who was he there with Megan?
Yeah.
All right.
I could have met him before that and don't remember it now. I don't want to lie to you, but
Okay.
that's the best of my knowledge.
Okay. Did your trip there at Pigeon Forge, did Megan have Evelyn with her at the time?
No, sir.
Did that seem unusual to you?
Yes, I asked her.
Okay. You asked her what?
Where Evelyn's at.
Okay. Did she tell you?
Said that Ethan had her.
Okay. Do you know who Ethan was?
Yeah, I met Ethan. He's a nice young man. I thought a lot of Ethan.
Okay. And who did you think Ethan was at that time? Or who did she say Ethan was?
Well, they used to date,
Okay.
but she said Ethan was the father,
Okay.
and he wanted to see Evelyn. He'd been in the Army. So I said, I'm going to stand back. If he's going to man up and want to see his child, I'm going to let him see her for a while. And then after a while, I said, enough's enough. It's my turn.
Okay. So at that time, when you went on this trip, she told you Evelyn's with Ethan.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And you thought that was a good thing?
Yeah, I mean,
Okay. After this trip to Pigeon Forge, did you see Megan after Christmas?
here or there, very rarely.
I'm sorry. Could you
Just here or there, not that much.
Here or there. Okay. Did you see Evelyn?
No, the last time I seen Evelyn was on Thanksgiving.
Okay. Did you ever, in those times that you saw Megan after Christmas, did you ever ask her, hey?
Yes, I asked her numerous times.
Okay. And what did she tell you?
She kept coming up with different stories and different lies.
Okay. Well, what was she telling you?
First, it was Ethan had her. No, first, let me back up, I'm sorry. Hunter's mom was watching her. And then she come off with Ethan had her. Then after we went on for a while, I said, I'm going to do something about this. Well, she told me that Ethan wouldn't give her back. I said, hey, let's go get an attorney. I said, he can see his daughter, but I said, he's not taking her.
Okay. What did she say when you told her that?
I can't remember the exact words. She said, Dad, give me a day or two or something. She said, I'll get her or something. And just lie after lie.
Okay. Any point in time did you ever see Evelyn?
No. Last time I seen her was on Thanksgiving, sir.
Okay. So, at some point, did you make an ultimatum to Megan about seeing your granddaughter?
Yeah. I told her and I told her mom.
Okay. What did you tell her?
It was on a weekend. Oh, excuse me. I said, come Monday morning, which I told this to her mom. I said, come high hell water. I said, I'm going to get on the phone. I said, I'm going to find my granddaughter. I said, I don't care what I got to do. I said, I want to know what's going on. I said, enough's enough. And that's when I got on the phone and made the phone call.
All right.
That Monday morning.
All right. And did you talk with, who did you talk with?
I don't know. I can't remember all of their names.
Okay. Was it somebody at DCS?
Yes, sir.
Department of Children's Services?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And what did you tell them?
I just told them I told you I hadn't seen my granddaughter and I was worried about her.
Okay. Did you tell them how long it had been since you'd seen
Yeah.
your granddaughter? Okay.
And then I think they got me in touch with that Miss Constance, said her name.
Okay. Well, I can't answer questions from you, Mr.
Oh, I'm
Boswell.
sorry,
So
I
if you
can't
remember, that's
everybody's
fine. If you
name,
don't, that's fine as
but
well.
I think that's her name, Miss Constance, if I'm saying it right.
And Constance, does she work at DCS?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And you talked to her about, again,
Yeah.
the fact that you had not seen Evelyn?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What happened after you made this report to the Department of Children's Services?
It wasn't long. The detectives was up there, best
Okay.
I can remember.
All right. So after you report it, then you start meeting law enforcement officers
Yes,
to
sir.
come to talk
Uh-huh.
to you?
Yep.
Okay. Did you cooperate with them?
100%.
All right.
100%. Whatever they needed done or searched or done, I'd give them permission to do anything.
All right. Did they come out there to your place, your property out there on
Yes,
Muddy
sir.
Creek?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Now, this was sometime in February of 2020? Does that sound right?
That sounds about right.
Okay. Did you keep up? Obviously, at that point in time, you realized something is going on, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you, as time went on, continue to talk to and cooperate with law enforcement? Talk to them about what was going on?
Mm-hmm.
Keep in touch with them?
Oh, yeah. We stayed in touch.
All right. Now, do you remember on March the 6th of 2020, calling the TBI?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And what was the reason that you called them on that day?
Tell us.
Me and Ashley was talking. Her and Megan used to switch phones all the time.
Okay. Hold on. If you could.
So Ashley was his current girlfriend at the time, and Megan and Ashley used to switch phones all the time. Okay, this is getting interesting.
I think Mr. Scott had trouble hearing what you said.
Trouble hearing the first name.
If you could start over and repeat what you just said.
About Ashley and her switching phones.
Well,
Which part?
I think the beginning part of it.
Oh, when I called TBI?
Yes.
Okay, well, before that, me and Ashley was talking.
Okay.
They used to switch their phones all the time.
Okay. When you say they, are you talking about
But
Megan
Megan and Ashley, they'd switch their iPhones and trade backwards and forwards.
Okay.
And I told Ashley, I said, call that TBI guy back and tell him he can have that phone. There might be something on that phone. Because I prayed and done everything I could to help them. And they come back and got the phone.
Okay.
When they got the phone, they got to the gate and I asked Ashley, I said, what about that stuff Megan put down there in Dad's building? She said, I don't know. I said, well, call them back and tell them to go down there and look in it.
Okay. All right. And did you all call them back?
Yeah, Ashley did.
Okay. And as a result of calling them back, did law enforcement then return to your property?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And what did you do once they arrived there at your property?
I told them about the building because I come in one day and I remember seeing her car backed up to the building and the door raised.
Okay. I'm sorry, could I see Exhibit 6 again? Sorry, Judge. All right. Mr. Boswell, you see Exhibit 6, what's been previously introduced to Exhibit 6 again?
Yes, sir.
All right. There should be there's a laser pointer right there when you're standing up on your stand, witness stand right there.
This?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I think if you push the button, you described a vehicle being backed up next to the shed. Can you, on there, point where?
This one right here.
Okay. You've indicated on there what's...
Right there, it's got a roll-up door.
All right. That's the one directly below what's listed as residence.
Right, yeah.
Okay. All right. And so after you showed that to the law enforcement
We went
officers,
down there, rolled the door up, there's a pile full of stuff, and as I was walking away, I saw there's her playhouse back there Dad had built for her. They said, "Can we look at that?" And I said, "Do what you need to do."
Okay. Let's back up just a second. When you rolled the door up to the shed, all right, you saw stuff in there.
Just clothes and miscellaneous stuff like that.
Had you at any time in the months leading up to that been in that shed at all, or had anybody been in that shed to your knowledge?
That one there where her clothes are at, yeah, sometimes we're in and out that one because we got some stuff we keep in there.
Okay. All right. So after you look in that building, where do you take law enforcement, or where do you?
I showed them where to. Let me show you on the thing.
Yes, if you don't care.
Let's see. I can't really see it from here. It's right there.
Okay. Is that what's been marked as a playhouse?
Playhouse.
All right.
Yeah. As I was walking away, I said, "That's the playhouse my dad had built for Megan."
All right. And when was that built for Megan?
See, we moved there in 03, probably around 04, 05. He built a barn, and when he got done building the barn, he had some leftover lumber, and they made he built a playhouse out of it.
All right. And that was built just for Megan?
Yeah.
Okay. Anybody else ever use it or play in it?
As far as I know, no.
Okay. And again, in the months leading up to...
Thank you so much, Jeff. Did you guys I just missed that. Now, who built the playhouse? Was it his dad? Because somebody said that in chat yesterday, and I'm like, I think it was Megan's dad, but I think he's just saying someone else. Let's go back a few seconds here.
House.
All right.
Yeah, as I was walking away, I said, "That's the playhouse my dad had built for Megan."
Yeah, his dad.
And when was that?
So it was Megan's grandfather that built the playhouse. Okay. To the person who said in chat yesterday, you were right.
Built for Megan.
See, we moved there in 03, probably around 04, 05. He built a barn, and when he got done building the barn, he had some leftover lumber, and they made he built a playhouse out of it.
All right. And that was built just for Megan?
Yeah.
Okay. Anybody else ever use it or play in it? Or?
As far as I know, no.
Okay. And again, in the months leading up to Sheriff's Office showing up there, had anybody been in that playhouse?
As far as I know, no.
Okay. All right. Your property, Mr. Boswell, in order to get onto the property, is there any gates or anything?
Yeah, I got a fence and a gate.
Okay. And what do you have to do in order to get past that
It's
gate?
like a key fob, remote control. You just push it and the gate opens.
Okay. And if you don't have the key fob, you can't open the gate?
No, but you can walk around it.
Okay. You can't drive? You can't drive?
No. There's no way you get on my property on
Okay.
No.
Did
Gate ain't open.
Did Megan have a key fob?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So she could get onto the property if she wanted to?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Did you ever give a key fob to Hunter?
No.
Okay. Did you ever see Hunter up on your property without Megan?
No.
Mr. Boswell, do you remember giving permission? I know you said you cooperated with law enforcement.
Yes.
You remember giving permission to the sheriff's office to film the entrance to your property with a drone to show the location of that gate and where the shed and playhouse were?
Yes, sir. Yeah, I remember.
Okay. And do you remember reviewing that drone footage prior to coming into court here today?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And did that footage accurately show the location of where your gate was, the trailer on the property, as well as the shed?
Yes, sir. Nothing's changed.
Judge, there's a video drone footage that Mr. Boswell's identified. I'm going to move to make that an exhibit, and we'd ask to publish that to the jury.
Any objection?
He's like,
Exhibit number 48.
so that map was drawn by Special Agent Brian Fraley, who we saw on the stand yesterday, was the first witness, and also cross-examination today. And I can only imagine he was just standing there and, quickly just drawing the layout. So don't snark at it, okay? It's a good map. We can see where everything is.
I'll be back.
Yeah, I can see it.
Okay, it's drone time.
Tell him what to do.
Judge, I think I'm just going to...
I'm going to turn this in. Let's see if that cuts it. Hold on just a second.
Okay, they don't struggle too long. Here we go.
Mr. Boswell, in the video that was shown, the trailer was labeled Omami's residence.
Yeah, that's right.
Just so we're clear, the jury doesn't get confused.
Yeah.
Who is that, or what?
That's
is that?
my mom.
Okay. Is that a nickname that?
Yeah,
Megan
it's a
had?
nickname.
Okay.
We always start calling it.
Okay. And so that's where she lived.
Yeah.
Okay. Mr. Boswell, at any point in time, did you ever see, or did Megan ever come up to your property with Hunter and have Evelyn with her?
No. Not that I can remember of, no.
Okay.
Because the last time I seen Evelyn was on Thanksgiving.
Mr. Boswell, one other thing that was shown in the drone footage there, there was a camper that was sitting in front of the trailer. That camper was not sitting there back in 2020.
No,
Is that right?
That's right.
Okay. But everything else, as far as
everything else is actually the same.
positions for the buildings.
Yeah, other than the camper.
Okay, that was accurate.
He didn't mention around a date when he saw Megan with her vehicle there by the shed, right? He just said he saw the vehicle there and the door to the shed open, and that's why he decided to call the police. I want to know when that was. I'm sure we all want to know, right? That's a question. Also, you know, a lot of people, what's on our mind is why the foil? Why did she use foil? And imagine if the foil was from the chicken shop, if it was that industrial grade, or, you know, did someone give her that tip, or what is up with the foil? That is just a very scary detail, that baby Evelyn had foil wrapped all around her head. Wow, okay.
Thank you, Mr. Boswell. If you would answer
Okay,
your
you're welcome.
questions Mr. Scott has for you.
Can I get some water, please? Something to drink.
Tell you what, before you start, let's take our morning break. We'll take about 15 minutes.
Morning break.
One stand, please.
Sure. Can I get some water or a morning break? I hope you get some water. Snarky judge. I like this judge. Judge Goodwin. Don't worry, when they leave the room, we'll see if anything else happens and we'll just teleport over the break, okay? So buckle up.
Maybe seated, thank
Mr. Boswell, during this break, you're instructed not to discuss your testimony with any other witness, or allow any witness to discuss their testimony with you.
Okay.
You can sit down. We'll get you a bottle of water.
Okay, thank you.
We're going to get him a bottle of water.
you. Judge, just so the court's aware.
Hey, hey, hey. Intermittent sound. Excuse me. Okay, so let's go. Let's teleport forward now through this morning break. Wait, I saw them move here. Wait. They're just coming back into the room. Okay.
Boswell, 2 felony convictions. They are dated, they're dated 9/24/2014. They're entered, I guess, 10/1/14, so that would be the working date the judgments were entered against him. One is for, sorry, I had the wrong judgments. I separated. Let me start over with that. I propose to impeach him with 2 felony convictions, one from aggravated assault, judgment entered 12/11/14, and one for kidnapping, entered 10/1/14. Obviously, those are over the 10-year time limit, but I would suggest that the court, given that the delay in this trial caused in large part because of COVID. This started in COVID, and if you'll remember, when this started, I think
A lot of people say, why did this trial take so long to get here? Why, like 5 years? Well, there were big delays because of COVID. And then Megan's attorney withdrew in October of 2022. So she had to have a new team assigned to her, which would be this guy and his co-counsel. This is Gene Scott. And so they said they needed more time to prepare, and they were obviously the usual preparations, motions, and all of that. And then suddenly in June of 2024, Megan was charged with something new and worse, which was first-degree murder. So, yeah.
I think the court was trying no cases. And I think the docket really, nothing was being tried for several months there afterward. Ms. Boswell did have a counsel change, but as I recall, I came in on the first date. I set this trial date and never asked for another continuance. My approach?
Yeah.
Speeding it up. See, you could also toggle the speed here for you guys if you ever wanted to. If you didn't know, you can also do custom speed these days. Look, pretty cool.
Well, Judge, that is outside the 10-year time period.
Here's the time period. Evidence of the conviction of this rule is not admissible if a period of more than 10 years has elapsed between the date of release from confinement and commencement of the action or prosecution. If the witness was not confined, the 10-year period is measured from the date of conviction rather than release. It looks to me like prosecution was commenced February 25th, 2020. Right? That's when the
Yes,
affidavit
yes,
of
the
complaint
false
was
report.
signed. And that would be the commencement of the action.
Yes.
So 10 years from 12/11/14 will be 12/11/24.
Yes.
Basic math. That means that for purposes of Rule 609, it's within the 10-year period. Because it says he got straight probation, so there was no period of confinement. So you go from the date of conviction. Well, the judge signed it on 12/11/14. Sentence was imposed on 12/9/14. So 2/25/2020 is within the 10 years. General, you following the law?
I am, yes, sir.
So these are both felony convictions. They appear to fall within 10 years as contemplated by Rule 609B. So you'll be allowed to ask about this.
Thank you.
Now, I do expect you to follow 609. You asked him, if he says yes, that's the end of it. If he says no, then we can move from there.
Yes. Justice, so I'm clear. I can ask about each offense. I can ask him, you're convicted of kidnapping on this date, you're convicted of aggravated assault on this date.
Yes.
The defense is very, very thorough. They should be. I'm just saying they are.
You want Mr. Boswell back on the witness stand before the jury comes in?
Now, are we ready to proceed?
Yes. Yes, sir.
Yes. Did we give him a bottle of water?
I think so, didn't you?
They're waiting. The jury's on a break. There was some legal matter that came up, I think, with the dates of some of the charges and things like that. So the jury will be brought back in, and then there'll be cross-examination of Tommy. And yes, Tommy has been in and out of jail as well. So has Megan's mother, so has Megan's brother. In fact, at the time, they said that Megan was the only one in her family that hadn't been in jail, and now, yeah, she's in for the worst charge of all, for the murder of her own child.
My wife complained last night because I look all hunched over all the time. She was like, sit up straight. The problem is I can't see if I don't hunch over. I hunch over because it gets the distance from my reading glasses.
Oh, that. Okay. Emily says they want to discredit Tom with his previous convictions, making his testimony untrustworthy. So they're finding out what they can and cannot. Thank you, Emily Toombs. Thank you so much. Yeah, Tommy's not on trial. She is.
Did you get some more?
If you don't feel. All right. Yeah, I left it in the room. I didn't know to bring it back in or not.
All right. Are we ready to proceed, Mr. Scott?
Yes, sir.
Jim?
Yes, sir.
If the jury's ready, we'll bring him in.
Jury, please.
teleport a bit.
I'm gonna close this if that's okay.
That's all.
One stand, please.
Like I said.
Well, then I guess we got to buckle up for our cross-examination. Could get ugly. Let's see how it goes.
In the process.
Good morning, Mr. Boswell. My name's Gene Scott. I represent your daughter.
Good morning.
How are you today?
Same better.
Understand. Got just a couple of things I want to ask you, I guess initially. You were convicted in this court of aggravated assault on December the 9th, 2014, felony offense.
What's that got to do with this case, sir?
Yes or no?
You
Yes.
answer these questions.
Okay, he has his snarky pants on. What does that have to do with this case, sir? No, just answer the question, okay.
And likewise, you were convicted of kidnapping on 9/24/2014 in this court of a felony offense. Is that correct?
I took a plea bargain on it, yeah.
Were you convicted?
Yeah, because I took a plea bargain, I didn't take the court. But since 2012, I've not had a speeding ticket.
Look at the judge's face.
Yeah.
Sir, you were convicted in 2014. You said since 2012 you haven't done anything?
2014. No, that was 2012.
I don't think this line of questions.
I wasn't convicted enough in 14.
All right, we want to move on.
I was not convicted enough in 14.
He was.
Judge, we had a jury out hearing about what he could ask as far as that was
Oh,
concerned.
my.
Now we're
Who's
going into
Ooh. Now it's like, what? Sidebar time. Shame, I take it back if they were not thorough and got the date wrong. Well, shame. Yeah, Stefan says, well, kidnapping is not a speeding ticket. It was for kidnapping his own wife. I think that's what it was. A lot of chaos. The mom and dad were both in and out of jail.
All right. Go ahead, Mr. Scott. You can-
Mr. Boswell, I want to ask you just a few questions to follow up on your direct examination testimony.
Yes, sir.
Initially, I'll just start going backwards. We saw that drone video of your property. When was that taken? Do you know?
He stated the date. I don't remember dates and times.
That was taken after this investigation
Yeah.
had commenced.
Yeah.
Correct. After Evelyn's body had been found, obviously.
Yeah.
And talked about you have a gate,
Yes, sir.
clicker, and I think you volunteered in your direct testimony that appeared on the drone video. If someone wanted to walk into that property, they just have to walk around the fence. It's not, you could walk in there.
Yeah, you can walk in there.
It's not secured that someone couldn't walk in there.
Right.
And you said that Megan had a opener to the gate.
Yeah.
What kind of openers are those?
It's like a little key fob thing, and you stick them on your sun visor, just like your garage door opener, sort of.
Okay. And that was something she kept in her car?
Yeah.
So anyone who had her car would potentially have that. Is that reasonable?
Yep, somebody had her car.
You talked about a day that you saw Megan backed up to that yard barn with her trunk open.
Yes, sir.
Did you talk to her that day?
No, I was in a hurry. My boy, I think, had a seizure or something going on, and I had to get back up the hill to take care of him. But as I drove by, I seen her car backed up to that building with the door that rolled up and the trunk open. I never seen her.
Didn't see her, just the car.
Just the car.
Also, you talked about Megan telling you at some point that Hunter's mom was babysitting Evelyn. Do you remember that?
Mm-hmm.
Was Hunter present for that conversation?
No, not that I remember of.
Not that you can remember, or do you know, one way or the other?
I don't think so, sir. I don't want to lie to you, but I don't think so.
Were you present for all the searches conducted by law enforcement on your property?
Most time, yeah.
How many searches were conducted on your property?
Just one, I think.
You don't recall a search on February 23rd of 20?
That's when they brought the dog out, I think.
Okay. Who brought the dog?
TBI guy, I guess. I don't know who he was.
And that was prior to Evelyn's body being found?
Yeah, that's before.
Okay. And obviously they didn't find anything that day?
No.
Did you watch them run the dog?
Not really. I watched some of it. I mean,
Okay. Did you see the dog pass in proximity to the playhouse?
they was mainly concerned down in there, in that bottom where it's filled in at, and back like that farm
Mm-hmm.
that joins my property, back around in there.
They searched the whole property though, didn't they?
I don't think they brought the dog on top of the hill. I don't know. I didn't watch him the whole time.
You didn't watch it?
No, but when they got the dog out, that's where they were at, down there in the bottom, and then I turned around doing something else.
You talked on your direct examination about how Megan come to move out of your home.
Mhm.
There's some kind of discord, I guess, with you, her, Ashley, about the way she kept her room.
Yes, sir.
Did you kick her out, basically?
No, I didn't kick her out.
What'd you do?
She went to my mother's, and I had a trailer waiting on her that her and my soon-to-be ex-wife Ashley cleaned up and got ready for her to move into.
So, because they brought up the kidnapping and his previous convictions, I'm quickly going to just read a little article to you. It's from The Sun. This is the quickest one I found now. And I will link it for you in the description box. So it says, Angela Boswell once allegedly stabbed Tommy Boswell Sr., this guy, in the neck with a pen per court records, while Tommy Sr. admitted to kidnapping his wife and was charged with attempted murder for running over one of his estranged wife's lovers with his truck. It is now Angela and Tommy's daughter, Megan Boswell, who finds herself in trouble with the law. She's behind bars after making false statements to members of Sullivan County Sheriff's Office, but may soon be charged with capital offense, which she was, right? So that's what that is, okay? And so I'll show you in a moment a screenshot of all the mugshots. Hold on one second.
Now, I want to talk to you about the dollhouse. Like, you're the one that suggested that to law enforcement that they should search that. Is that right?
How all I got started was about the phone. Me and Ashley's talking about the phone. They come and got the phone, and then me and Ashley kept talking. I said, what about that stuff Megan put down there in Dad's building? So she called them back. They come back. Went down there, and as I was leaving, I saw, oh, there's the playhouse Dad had built for her, too.
But just to be clear, you didn't see Megan put anything in the building. You saw her car.
I just seen her car,
Not
and
Megan.
the trunk was raised. I didn't see nobody. I was more concerned about my son. I had to go get his medicine because he had a seizure.
All the mugshots. See all the mugshots? So this is Tommy when he was younger, there and there. That's Megan's mother, there and there and there and there. And then next to Tommy is Megan, and next to Megan is Megan's older brother, Tommy Boswell Jr. Okay, so now we've covered that. Let's keep going.
Okay. Oh, the day you saw the car.
Yeah.
I understand.
So I was getting it up the hill to take care of him.
And had you never thought, when did you start to suspect the child could be on your property?
I didn't suspect the child was on my property.
Why did you call him to come down to the yard barn?
To see if there's a clue in that stuff she put in the building.
That's what someone said earlier. He probably thought, maybe she put evidence in there. You know, maybe she hid something in there, but he probably didn't think that it was an actual body, you know, the body of Evelyn. He's probably like, maybe check there. Maybe there's evidence there. Maybe she disposed of some clothes there. Oh, no. They found Evelyn's body in there. That must have been a shock.
Because I worked right hand in hand with the law enforcement to try to help them every way I could.
When's the last time you were in that dollhouse?
I couldn't tell you, sir. It's been years.
It's been years since you've been in.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you when's the last time I've been in that dollhouse. Half them buildings down there, I don't go in.
How big is your property?
11 acres. 10.9 acres to be exact.
How close is that dollhouse to your house?
It's about 600 feet away, 700.
It's close to your mother's house.
Yeah.
You go see your mother often?
Yeah. But when I go to my mom's, you could go into the back because she can't get down her steps, so I cut her spot out around the back, so she go in the back, not to climb the steps, so we're going out the back.
But you're down there at your mom's during that time frame, aren't you?
Not that much sometimes.
I could have 1 second, Judge. No further questions. Thank you, Mr. Boswell.
You ready?
No, Your Honor.
Is he free to go, or does he need to remain under subpoena?
I would say under subpoena, Judge, we would ask that he not watch the trial or talk about it.
We respected that. As far as
Mr.
that's
Boswell, you're finished with your testimony for now.
Okay,
You're
sir.
being subject to recall.
Okay.
So you're not to discuss your testimony with any other witness or allow any witness to discuss their testimony with you, and you're specifically ordered not to watch the live television.
Okay. Oh, I never watched TV anyway. Thank you, sir.
Go for it. Sorry, next.
State would call Austin Feller.
Oh, Austin Feller. Oh my word. Okay. Waiting. I want to know who this guy is, because yesterday the judge called him in and said that he was arrested because he was under subpoena to be there. And if he's not there at 9 a.m. every day in full court, then they're going to arrest him again and hold him on no bond. He was held on, I think, a $500 bond. So he's like, do you understand? Yes. Okay, so here he is. So he's a material witness. So let's see what Austin Feller has to say.
Mr. Boswell, sit back after a while.
Can't wait. It takes us 2 pages. This judge does not play, I tell you what. Yeah, this judge doesn't. Blue Bear, we don't know. Don't tell us. Don't give us spoilers, guys. We don't know how he fits into the picture here, but we'll see now.
Raise your right hand, sir. State your name.
Austin Feller?
You solemnly swear or affirm testimony you're about to give the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, sir.
Yes, sir.
Have a seat right here. Speak in the microphone for us.
Good morning, sir.
Morning.
You're Austin Feller, is that correct?
Yes.
All right. And Mr. Feller, at one point in time, did you live at a trailer park out on Sugar Hollow Road?
Yes.
And is that in Sullivan County?
Yes.
All right. And why were you living there at that particular location?
Because at the time I was working for Tommy & Sons Paving, and they said I could live there for free if I were to do maintenance on the...
Sorry, but the Tommy Boswell Sr.'s company was a paving company on that large property, which you said was what, 10.9 acres? Ah, so Austin worked for Tommy Boswell Sr., okay.
trailer park.
Okay. And was that back in 2019?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to hand you 2 pictures, Mr. Feller, and ask you if you recognize what's shown in those pictures.
Yeah, I recognize them.
Okay. And what are they? What is it?
The pictures of the trailer that she lived in?
Okay. And when you say she, you're referring to Megan Boswell?
Yes, sir.
All right. And were you living out there at those trailers in Sugar Hollow when Miss Boswell moved in?
I never met her in person.
Okay.
I think the time I moved out there, she was already out in kind of unknown whereabouts.
Okay. Do you recognize those photos as being the trailer that she lived in?
Yes.
All right. And are they true and accurate depictions of the outside of the trailer?
Yes, sir.
All right. Judge, we would move to make those, I believe it's 2 photos, be 49 and 50.
Any objection?
No, sir.
Before we get it 49 and 50.
You guys are listening, right? So Austin Feller said that Tommy Boswell Sr., Megan's father, said he could live on that property for free if he would do maintenance for his paving company. So that's what he was doing there. But now he just said he never met Megan in person. Also, wait, where's that comment? Oh no, I can't find it. You said something like, okay, we can handle the pictures of the dirty trailer if it was dirty. So let's see. So he could have been the guy that cleaned out the trailer. We'll find out now.
And I'm going to publish those to the jury. Mr. Feller, is that, I'm showing what's been introduced as Exhibit 49. Does that show the outside of the trailer looking at it from the front?
Yes.
Okay. And then I'm going to show you Exhibit 50. What does that show?
The front of the trailer.
Okay. Just a little closer view.
Yeah.
All right. Now, at some point in time while you were working out there, living in those trailers for Mr. Boswell, were you asked to clean out that particular trailer?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And do you remember when that was?
The exact date, no, but it was probably about a week and a half after I moved into the trailer. I lived in there.
Okay. When was that?
It's been like 5 years ago.
Okay.
I couldn't give you an exact date.
All
I'm
right.
sorry.
That's fine. All right. And did you in fact go to that trailer and clean it out?
Yes.
Okay. If you would kind of describe for the jury what you found when you got inside there.
Well, I got in the trailer. There was dirty diapers stuck and molded to the floor of the carpet. Couldn't even open the fridge. It was so bad. I just left it alone. Let Tommy and them deal with it. There was open jugs of milk in the oven. Food on the ground, just feces on the ground, just very nasty, just not clean at all, bad.
All right. And did you take photos of what it looked like?
I did, but I don't have those photos of that phone anymore.
Okay, that's fine. Okay. All right.
Good approach.
You know, earlier I was wondering, and tell me if you guys have heard this detail, not in the future, I mean like in the past from what we've watched so far, right? Remember they said that they found Evelyn's body in the trash can, right? And then they said that they were like toys, another trash bag, eggshells, cookie wrappers, and diapers. I wonder if those diapers were dirty diapers or new diapers. Either way, it's terrible. Whichever option it is, it's terrible. But if it's new diapers as well, like a whole stack of them, well, that says a lot too. Like she was really finished with Evelyn. If it was dirty diapers on top of, wow, that's bad too, right? Yeah, you guys are all, Angie says that baby lived there. I think we're going to see some pictures. It sounds terrible. Maybe that's why there's that neglect charge. Okay. Emily, you say yes, they were dirty, but I don't know if did we hear the detail of the ones in the trash can? I know the ones they just said now, in the trailer with dirty diapers. Feces on the floor.
Mr. Feller, I'm going to hand you 6 photographs and ask you if you can identify what's shown in those photos.
Okay. Yeah, that's it.
Okay. Those are the photos you took that show the inside conditions of the trailer.
Yeah.
All right. Do they accurately depict the condition of the inside of the trailer when you found it?
They do.
All right. Judge, I'd move to make those the next 6 exhibits. 51 through 56.
51 through 56.
tell us what we're seeing in this particular photo?
The bedroom.
And that's the condition and the state you found it in when you
Yes.
entered. You did not move or toss anything or otherwise?
Everything you see is exactly what I walked into.
All right. Now I'm going to show Exhibit 52. What are we looking at there?
The hallway into, I believe, the daughter's bedroom.
All right. And again, you did not.
Objection. We approach.
Oh dear. Helen, thanks for being a member for 20 months. Happy Grizzly anniversary. AJ Mama says he looks shocked that they found the photos, right? They sure did. I wonder if where'd they find them?
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to sustain that objection. There's been no foundation that he would know that was the daughter's bedroom. And I'm going to instruct that you're not to consider that statement for any purpose for deliberation. If you can do that, raise your right hand. Every juror has raised their right hand. Go ahead, Jim.
All right. So, Mr. Feller, this is the picture. You're not sure, you don't have any knowledge as far as who was staying in what particular rooms, but that's another angle and picture you've taken from inside the trailer.
Yes, sir.
Is that correct? Okay. Now showing Exhibit 53.
I think that was the walking into her room, Megan's room.
Well, don't speculate as to whose rooms.
Gotcha. Okay.
Same instruction.
Especially because he didn't ever meet Megan. He said he never met her in person. So I understand that he can't say, well, that's Megan's room and that's, I mean, it would be common sense, I guess, from looking at it, but they can't say that.
Okay. So you've taken a photo looking into another bedroom, is that
Yes.
correct? Okay. Now it's showing Exhibit 54. What's shown in that photo?
The living room.
All right. And again, you did not place or move or disturb anything. That's exactly as you saw it.
Exactly what I saw when I walked into. From the kitchen going into the living room.
All right. This is Exhibit 55. All right. You're standing in the kitchen.
Yeah.
Is that where that was taken from?
Yes.
And Exhibit 56.
Kitchen.
Okay. That's a photo of looking in on the stove and the refrigerator that way. Is that
Mhm.
correct?
Yes.
Okay. And again, you did not place any objects, move any objects prior to taking these photos?
No, sir.
All right.
That's sad that Evelyn
After
grew
you
up in that
removed
mess.
all these items from, or what did you do with the stuff after you took these photos?
I was instructed to take it to the back of the driveway where the Tommy and Sons had a big dump truck, and they just used equipment and put most of it in there.
Okay. Did you remove all that, lack of a better term, trash and stuff that we saw?
Everything, trash, carpet. I mean, completely remodeled the whole entire thing.
Okay. What was the condition? I mean, was it like inside after you got all that stuff out of there?
After everything out, I mean, I had to rip up subflooring and put down new subflooring and linoleum, and I mean, it was bad.
Okay. Was there any sort of odor or anything in the trailer?
I had to use respirators to enter the house.
Yeah, another reason that he can't speculate that maybe that was the daughter's room is because Megan also said in her police interview that we saw earlier that Evelyn always slept with her. So, yeah, we saw the room where Evelyn then would have grown up and just everything all around.
Was there any particular reason why you had a respirator on? Or?
It just such a foul odor coming from the just moldy milk and food and dirty diapers that were laying out. Just bad smell.
Okay. Thank you, sir. If you would answer any questions Mr. Scott has for you.
Morning, Mr. Fellers.
Morning.
When you don't know when you moved in out of the trailer park?
It's been so long, I couldn't really give you an exact date.
Without giving me an exact date, was it before or after Christmas of 2019?
I think after. I think so.
Do you remember what the weather was like when you were cleaning out the trailer?
It was warm.
It was warm.
Yes.
So probably February.
Probably before Christmas, then if it was warm.
Before Christmas, if it was warm. How much before Christmas?
I like I said, I couldn't give you an exact date or anything like that. I just knew that it was pretty warm outside. I didn't really need much of a coat, just some long sleeves or, you know.
You never met Megan?
No, sir.
So the pictures, you took those contemporaneous with cleaning it out?
Yes.
Why did you do that?
Just because it was the worst thing I've ever seen. I've never cleaned out a place like that, looked like that.
Just wanted to show people what it looked like?
Well, to show Tommy and them, because they didn't step inside or go inside. They just wanted it cleaned. So, gave those pictures to them.
All right. Thank you so much.
Yes, sir.
Nothing further, Judge.
Does he need to remain on the stand?
I don't think, Judge, I think he can be released.
Mr. Feller, thank you for your testimony today. You're released from your subpoena. There you go.
Thank you.
Ah, he's a free man now. Sure. That was a dirty trailer. Poor Evelyn.
Statement called James Lewis. Lewis, yes. How long have you been employed by?
That was quick.
Lewis, yes.
Sorry about that. This is great. Kerry says releasing from subpoena showed the judge is fair and could have kept him on it. James Lewis.
Raise your right hand, sir. State your name.
James Lewis.
You solemnly swear affirm testimony you're about to give you the truth, the whole truth, and the truth, sir?
Yes.
Good morning.
Morning.
You are James Lewis, is that correct?
Yes.
And Mr. Lewis, where are you employed?
With the Department of Children's Services.
All right. What is your current assignment there?
Currently, I'm a supervisor for the department in the Division of Child Protective Services.
Okay. How long have you been employed by, we call it DCS for short?
Yeah.
All right. How long have you been employed there?
I've been with DCS for 6.5 years now.
All right. Back in February, specifically February 18th of 2020, what was your assignment with the department at that time?
Yeah, so my role at the department during that time was an investigator to investigate reports that we received in Child Protective Services.
Okay. So in other words, well, maybe explain for the jury how that process works as far as you're referring to allegations of child abuse.
Yes,
is that
correct.
right? Okay, so if you would kind of educate the jury a little bit about how that process works.
So the department receives referrals of reports of abuse or neglect. We receive a report from our Nashville office that receives the intake, then it gets sent over to the worker. And then from there we review the report, the allegations that came into the report,
and then we start following our policy and procedures that can be found, and outlined in 14.6 of our policy and procedures, and start investigating, doing internet checks and background searches, and really just start notifying important personnel that need to be involved in the case. For example, like our Child Protective Investigation Team in Sullivan County.
All right. Back on February 18th, 2020, did you get a referral that was made on a 15-month-old child by the name of Evelyn Boswell?
Yes.
All right. And was that particular referral assigned to you?
It was.
Okay. Purposes only of explaining why you did what you did, what was the nature of the abuse allegation?
The allegations in the report?
Yes.
Okay, it's not too long. We'll just stay here. Sarah, the artsy ninja, said you'd need a hazmat biohazard suit to enter that place to clean. Imagine breathing that in. Right.
All right. If you would.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Okay. The allegations that came into the report that day state a lack of supervision and physical abuse.
All right. In regards to Evelyn Boswell.
Evelyn
correct?
Boswell, yes.
Okay. So after you get the referral, what's the first step you take after that?
Typically, the first step when we receive these reports is we would reach out to the person that made the report, and then we would see if there was any additional information that needed to be added or to clarify the report in general. And then from there, my next step was to reach out to any collateral contacts and notify our Child Protective Investigation Team partners.
Okay. You used a term or a phrase, collateral contacts. For those of us who don't know, what are you talking about?
Yeah, so a collateral contact would be someone that lives outside the home, anybody that would have information to the report. That's what we refer to whenever I say collateral contact.
Okay. You've identified, and we've talked about the fact that this referral involved Evelyn Boswell. Were you able to identify who the parents of the child were?
I was able to understand that, come to learn that the parents of Evelyn Boswell was, only to my knowledge at that point in time, it was Megan Boswell, the mother.
Okay.
Was the parent.
All right.
Who's the dad?
Did you attempt to locate where Megan Boswell was at that time?
Yes.
Okay. As part of your file there at DCS, do you all obtain birth certificates or other documents that would, I guess, identify who the parents of the child were?
Yes.
And did you, in this case, obtain a copy of Evelyn's birth certificate?
I did.
As part of your case file?
Yes.
Mr. Lewis, I'm going to hand you a document and ask you if you can identify it. What is it, sir?
So this is the certificate of live birth for Evelyn May Boswell, child.
Okay. And is that the birth certificate that you obtained of Evelyn for this particular case?
It is.
All right. Judge, we would move to make that exhibit. I believe it's 57.
No objection. 57.
All right. Mr. Lewis, you indicated that you were able to learn where Megan Boswell was at that particular time. Did you then, what was the next step in your investigation?
Once I received information from Detective Tracy Jerez, who I was working the case with, that she had sent patrol officers out to the home that Megan Boswell was living at to see if Megan was there, and that she had received information that Megan had just arrived at the home. And then from that point in time, Detective Tracy Jerez and myself decided to go to the home to speak with Megan Boswell.
Okay. And where was this home?
The address is 217 Sandy Point Drive, or Sandy Point Street, Blunteville, Tennessee.
Okay. And just generally, where is that located?
It's in Blunteville. It wasn't far from my office. I couldn't give you.
Okay. It's here in Sullivan County.
Yes, in Sullivan County.
All right. Did it take you all long to get there?
No, it did not take us that long.
Okay. What did you find when you arrived there at that address?
So when we pulled into the address, we saw the patrol officers with Megan Boswell in the garage of the home.
All right. What kind of, just generally describe what kind of home this is for the jury.
The home is it's a 2-story house. It had a basement, larger, more of a typical subdivision type home. From the outside, the appearance, it was very well kept. It was a typical home that you would find in maybe one of your more newer built subdivisions, is the way I would describe it.
All right. So you arrive, Miss Boswell is there at the residence, is that correct?
Yes.
Anybody else there present with her?
Outside of myself, Detective Tracy Jerez, and the patrol officers, no.
Okay.
I was just about to say, what? You guys are all saying, was that Hunter's address? Firstly, it's public record. The address they're sharing is not doxing anyone. It's part of public record in a public trial. That's a YouTube disclaimer, okay? If anyone's new and wondering, was it Hunter's address? Maybe. She stayed with Hunter for a bit. She stayed with a friend for a bit. So I'm not sure now, is it Hunter's, the friend? But, okay.
Was Evelyn there with her?
No.
Okay. What did you do next as far as your investigation was concerned?
My next steps was to notify Megan Boswell of the report that the Department of Children's Services received, the allegations in the report, and to conduct some inquiry as to where Evelyn was, and to ask questions concerning Evelyn, to check on her well-being and her safety. So I initiated the conversation to learn where Evelyn was and to see if we could observe Evelyn to ensure that she was safe and that she was okay.
Okay. Specifically, did you ask Miss Boswell where Evelyn was at that particular time?
I did.
Okay. And what was her response?
Megan informed myself and Detective Tracy Jerez that Evelyn was with Ethan Perry.
Okay. Did you know who Ethan Perry was at that time?
At that time, it come to my knowledge that he was the alleged father of Evelyn Boswell.
Did Miss Boswell?
So this must have obviously been after Evelyn was last seen alive, which was December 6th of 2019. And so even when CPS went to ask, hey, so where's Evelyn? Oh, she even lied to them. Obviously, she lies to everyone based on what we've seen. But like, oh yeah, no, Evelyn's with Ethan Perry, the father, which Ethan isn't even the father. We only found that out in opening statements.
They'll tell you that?
Yes. She did tell me that Evelyn was with her dad.
Okay. Did Megan give you any sort of contact information for how you could get in touch with Ethan?
She did not.
Okay. What was her demeanor while you were talking to her about her daughter?
The way I would describe Megan's demeanor, it wasn't much affect. When I say that, I would say there wasn't much emotion as concern. I didn't notice any concern when speaking with Megan. She just stuck at that point in time to telling us that Evelyn was with Ethan, and then from there I asked her to show me, of course, evidence that a child had been with her.
Okay. All right. So did you go inside the house with her? How did you do that?
She invited me into the home and walked me through the home. Nothing at that point in time appeared to be observable to be outside of a typical home. I didn't see any safety concerns as far as what we may consider a safety concern for a child at that age. She walked me. I asked to see a crib or a pack and play. She said that those items were elsewhere, that she didn't have any of those items. She proceeded to lead me to the bedroom where she could show me some items of Evelyn's. And so I followed her to the bedroom.
Okay. All right. And did you observe any items?
I asked her what items she did have. She proceeded to tell me that she had an outfit and what she called a memory box.
Okay. You said an outfit. Was that one singular outfit?
I observed one outfit, yes.
Okay.
One outfit, a memory box. Okay. No pack and play, no crib, no safety measures. I mean, we know why now, but at the time, damn, all the red flags must have been going off.
Do you see any other baby items, diapers?
No.
Anything like that?
After she showed me the memory box and opened it to observe some of the items in it, and the outfit that was still on the hanger, it was new and it hadn't been worn, and she took me downstairs to show me a sippy cup.
Okay. And did you take a photograph or a picture of these items that she showed you?
I did.
All right. Mr. Lewis, I'm going to hand you 4 photographs and ask you if you can identify what's shown in those photos. Do you recognize those?
Yes.
What are they photos of?
This first photo is the photograph of what she described as the sippy cup.
Okay. That's fine. Go to the next one.
And then the next photo I'm looking at is the bedroom that she reported to be staying in with Preston Wood.
Okay. All right. The next one.
The next photo is the photo of the
Preston Wood. Hunter Wood? I think Preston is either his first name or middle name. Sure, okay. But that was her boyfriend at the time. Remember? The chicken shop guy. We saw his media interview. He said he never met Evelyn.
what she described as the memory box.
Okay. Is there one more?
And the next photo is the outfit that she showed to me
All right.
on the hanger.
And do you recognize those as being the photos that you took that day while you were in the residence?
Yes.
And are they true and accurate photos of what you saw?
Yes.
Judge, we've moved to make those exhibits 58 through 61.
No objection. We did full exhibits.
and then
Publish those if I could.
show the pictures.
Mr. Lewis, I'm showing what's Exhibit 58. What is that photo of?
This is a photo of the cup that Megan Boswell informed me that Evelyn Boswell would drink from.
Is that the only kind of dish or spoon or item of silverware that she showed you that
Yes.
belonged to Evelyn? Now looking at Exhibit 59, what's that a photograph of?
That's a photograph of Megan Boswell standing in the room where she reported to be living with Preston Wood.
Okay, so now he said where she reportedly lived with Preston Wood. Preston Wood is Preston Hunter Wood. That was her boyfriend at the time. Remember, the state said in opening statement that Megan, she met him, she said in her police interview, it was around December 2nd. Remember, she said she started working at the chicken shop, and then they started dating. Okay, he says casually, he says he never met Evelyn. Evelyn was last seen December 6th of 2019, so you could put all those together, right? So like the minute she meets Hunter, the state is implying that she thought, wow, I don't want to be a single mom, like I want to be with this guy. I'm going to move in with this guy. So she apparently moved in with him, right? Ashton says, that's not even a sippy cup. So just know that this address that they spoke about is Sandy Point Street, okay? I'm not doxing anyone, it's public record. YouTube's very upset with if obviously things are shared out of context. It's not. It's a part of a public record in court. They said the address. I'm not saying the number right now, but Sandy Point Street. That's not the trailer. It's not the trailer that they just showed that Austin Feller testified to. She had stayed at the trailer and then she left and she moved in with Hunter. At some point, she then moved in with a friend. That must have been after Hunter. What went wrong there, huh? Is it because she was already saying Maggie Wood? And Preston Hunter was like, what? No, just casually dating. What's happening here, right? She was taking it very seriously. So she left the trailer in that state that we just saw Austin Feller testify to, and she moved in with Hunter. And so CPS is now looking for Evelyn. I just wish they would say the dates. That would really help. But anyway, she's like, look, this is sippy cup, but there's not a pack and play. There's no crib, there's no safety, anything. There's no toys. There's just one outfit and a memory box. I mean, oh my word. So that is, just don't get confused when he's talking about upstairs, downstairs, and this whole house. It's not the trailer, okay? And it's not on the Muddy Creek Road property. Different property, not too far away.
Did you observe any items, any baby items, toys, clothing, anything else in that room?
No.
Now looking at Exhibit 60, what is that?
That is the box that Megan Boswell has showed to me, that she described as the memory box with items of a rattler, handprint, and footprints of Evelyn.
Okay. Did you take any of these items at this time, or did you just take photographs of it?
I just took photographs.
And now showing you Exhibit 61.
This is a photograph of the outfit that Megan showed me was Evelyn's, but it was still on the hangers and had tags on it. It's new.
Okay. You tailed off a little bit there. Did you say it still had tags on it?
Yes.
Okay. Any other items of children's clothing that she was able to show you?
No.
Remember in her media interview, she also made up that suddenly she was pregnant. That was another lie. We've heard a lot of lies. She wasn't pregnant.
Ladies and gentlemen, I've just been informed your lunch is here, so we're going to stop. We'll be back at 1:15. Mr. Lewis, I want to instruct you not to discuss your testimony with any other witness or allow any witness to discuss their testimony with you. You're not watching the live stream of the trial. Can you let that now? And come back to 1:15.
Yes, sir.
One second, please.
Sharon Martin says, memory boxes are not sinister. No, I wasn't saying that. Did it look like I was saying that? You said, maybe you're just saying it because others are saying it. You said, I had one for each of my kids with memorabilia from them growing up. Yes, I understand that. I just, in hindsight, shame. There's this little memory box on one outfit with a tag still on because obviously Evelyn was no longer alive. So in that context, that's very sad. But no, memory boxes are not sinister.
Maybe see it, thank you. Memory system.
What? I wonder if James Lewis, did he make an appointment to go there, or did he just rock up and, you know, bump into her there, or what? And really, dude, is there a report? What date? Give us the exact date that you were there. We want to know. It must have been in that second week of... She met Hunter, Preston, right? Preston Hunter Wood. December, sorry, that's lunch break time now here. December 2nd. December 6th was the last time Evelyn was seen alive. We still need more details on that. Who, what, where? How did they know? Exactly. That's what the state said, right? And then sometime after that she moved in with Hunter. Imagine if she moved in on the 7th. We'll be like, what? Oh my goodness. Okay, so it is, let's just see what happens here after this lunch break. We're going to teleport now.
After you...
Hey.
Maybe see it, thank you.
Good afternoon, Mr. Lewis.
Afternoon.
I think where we left off, we had just talked about the photos of the items that you took pictures of at the residence where you located Miss Boswell. After you met and talked with her there, what did you do next as part of your investigation?
So after we spoke with Megan Boswell, we had received information of the address of Ethan Perry, where he would maybe be staying. And so Detective Faraz and I proceeded to go to the home of his address.
And what?
Kerry says at the beginning, the DCS guy said it was after she went missing and after Tommy reported missing. That's so late, right? That's like, oh, so that was like after, because she was only reported missing like February 18th, right? Oh my word, let's just refresh our recollection here. Evelyn Mae Boswell was born November 21st of 2018 in Sullivan County, Tennessee. Her mom's Megan Boswell. Her dad is not Ethan Perry. That's a big correction now from opening statements. And so she was last seen December 6th is what they corrected to. She was only 12 months old, actually, not even barely 13 months old. She was reported missing by her grandpa on February 18th of 2020. And they found her body on March 6th. So if she was... So DCS said it was after she went missing and after Tommy reported her missing. Hence I say, I wonder if that house that they went to, if it was Hunter's home, which is what the guy kind of said that, right? He said it was where she said she stayed with Preston. Because she also moved in with a friend. I can't wait to hear from the friend, because the friend was already like side-eyeing her because she's like, wow, why is she not searching for Evelyn? Why is she implying Evelyn is deceased by saying she thinks that her mother hurt her and put her on the property, right? Interesting, okay.
What did you find when you arrived there?
Ethan was not there. We spoke to his parents and tried to inquire more information to the whereabouts of Evelyn Boswell.
Ethan's house, okay.
Did you find Evelyn there?
No.
Okay. All right. So what did you do after that?
From there, after we spoke to Ethan's parents, we proceeded to go back to the Sullivan County Sheriff's Office, where we met with Megan Boswell to talk to her.
Okay.
More.
And who was present there at the Sheriff's Office when you spoke to Ms. Boswell?
It was myself and Detective Faraz.
All right. And where did you talk with her?
There's an interview room at the Sullivan County Sheriff's Office, and we spoke to her in the interview room.
Okay. And is that here in Blumpville, Sullivan
Yes,
County?
Sullivan County.
All right. Prior to coming to court today, did you have an opportunity to watch that interview that you did with Detective Faraz?
Yes.
And what you reviewed, was that a true and accurate depiction of the interview that you had with Ms. Boswell back on February 18th?
Yes.
All right. Judge, I would move to introduce that as Exhibit 62.
Vehicle exhibit.
All right, and if I could, I'd like to play and post that to the jury.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, this video that you're about to watch has, well, what I'm going to call subtitles on it.
Ooh,
Those are to aid you.
nice.
The actual evidence is what's said here in the video. Does everybody understand that?
Well, we're back.
Hello.
Ethan does not have the baby.
But I don't know where she's at because you haven't yet or left.
He has not seen that baby since he was down here for Christmas.
He has seen her. I promise you, yeah.
And he went back to where is he at?
Fort Polk, Louisiana.
Are you sure he didn't take her with him?
I'm positive.
She's talking about Ethan.
Well, I don't know what he did with her.
Does that not concern you?
I mean, yeah, but like, you all not know at all where she is?
No.
Well, what can we do?
That's what we're trying to figure out.
Can you put out like an Amber Alert or something?
When is the last time you've seen her?
I guess more than a couple weeks ago, it was around January.
Well, he went back. Let me go back. January the 1st. And he did not take her with him.
Well, then I don't know. I really don't, like, what do you do when your child's missing?
Call the
And you
police.
told us you were going to meet him tomorrow in Colonial Heights. No. What was that about?
I was going to try to contact him again and meet me.
You said he lived in Memorial Boulevard.
That's where the last time that I, like, went to go see her was.
How was you going to contact him? You said that you didn't have the phone number.
I was going to try to message him from Hunter stuff, get a hold of him.
Well, we were able to contact him and talk to him. And he said that the last time he seen her was, you come up and seen him in late November, early December.
And he came back up in December.
Right. And then you came over New Year's, and you didn't bring the baby because she had the flu.
I did have her with me. Me and Hunter went because Ethan got her some Christmas stuff.
Now we know that's a total lie. She was
You
already
didn't have her with
deceased.
you because she had the flu and
I didn't have
visit the
her.
grandmother.
I didn't have her with me.
He
Well, you
said you
did
did.
it.
Well, I did. I don't care what he's telling you, I did.
So when did the exchange happen? Where did you drop Evelyn off of Ethan? That you're saying that this happened?
It must have been a couple days after that.
New Year's.
It was before New Year's because me and Hunter didn't have her on New Year's. Me and Hunter went to a party on New Year's.
So how long you and Hunter been together?
A couple months. Are you going to put out an Amber or anything, or what are you going to do?
Yeah, my supervisors are on their way.
Okay.
And what was the conversation like that you had with Ethan whenever you dropped her off?
Well, I mean, he was really hateful with me because Hunter was there. He wouldn't even like pull up the driveway, drop her off, maybe walk it up.
walk it up?
The driveway.
They like walk it up.
What kind of relationship do you and Ethan have now, as far as?
What do you mean?
Are you able to communicate? Are you?
I mean, no, not really. He does not want to talk to me about anything ever. He's been that way since me and her got together. He barely talks to me.
Have you communicated through text messages or anything like that? You've not sent him any text messages?
I've tried to call him. He doesn't answer me.
Have you tried through text messages to contact him?
Yeah, but he's not responding. I mean, I believe him off on his phone. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I'm just asking.
Yeah. I mean, I've tried to text him. He's not responding. I've left him voicemails and stuff. He just does not answer. Does not call back.
And what are you asking in these text messages or voicemails you're leaving?
Well, I've been like, hey, can you call me? I want to see her. He just does not call back.
And do you see your real mom?
My real mom?
Yeah.
Yeah, well.
I was just wondering if she's still living on West Carter's Valley?
She's not there right now. I really don't know where she's at. She's going to go to the hotel for the night.
Let's just say, if Ethan was to leave the baby with somebody, who would he leave it with?
I mean, I really don't know, because, like, I know when Ethan was in the Army, he did not talk to his family. And really, when he was gone in the Army and I had Evelyn, we really didn't talk much. Which is why we're not together now. I mean, he used to go like months and weeks without talking to me. Never really helped me out with her the whole time that I had her and he was in the Army. So, I mean, I really don't know who he talks to, who he fools around with or nothing.
He didn't talk to his grandfather or the one?
I mean, I guess he did when he came up here, but, like, as far as I knew, any time that, like, they tried to contact him, he just didn't respond. This guy named Paul is not his grandfather, but it's like his step-grandfather, and he would, like, all the time ask me about Ethan, and Ethan wouldn't talk to him.
Okay.
Ethan's not even the dad.
I really could not tell you. He just kind of, like, stopped talking to his family because they didn't really help him out while he was here, or went to the Army.
And you don't have a phone?
No, I use others.
You need to get your phone.
Okay. Do you want a description of her? Do you want me to try to find pictures of her? Or?
Yeah, we'll need a description of her. I'm worried about, too, the broke arm.
I don't think she ever took her to the hospital and found out it was broke, though. I just know it was bruised. And that's all I know. I mean, I don't lie to you, when she was with me, there were a couple times that when she was trying to walk, she'd like fall and bruise her cheek, you know what I'm saying? But like, she was never bruised, I never whipped her. Like, I can't whip a kid. You know what I mean? I know some people disagree with that, but I mean, I just can't.
I mean, they're gonna fall when they...
Well, yeah, but I mean, whenever that happened also, my dad was like, Mama called and said that you abused her because she has a bruise on her cheek. And I was like, you can't do that, like, because for one, like, I'd never hit that baby. Ever. And I wouldn't, you know, because when kids are bad, I believe, like, oh, you should take a toy away from them or something, like. And like I said, I know a lot of people disagree with that, but like, you should spank your kids, but I'm not one of those people.
She's looking sadistic in this one. Maybe it's the
Now,
angle.
when you gave the baby to Ethan, what did you do with all your stuff for the baby? Because when we went to the house, there was no baby stuff.
Some for baby stuff is there, but I gave him about all of her clothes. And the only, like, bottles I had for her was just, like, one sippy cup. And it wasn't even, like, a sippy cup. It was, like, one of the kids, like, new pink cups. You know what I'm talking about? Like, the straws in it. She's already switched the straws. And, I mean, I really only kept that from the car because if nothing else, I would just, like, go buy, like, little plastic straws and give her stuff out of cups. And then I had baby stuff at, like, a mommy's and stuff like that. My grandma's. And the car seat's in Hunter's truck. Her car seat.
Is that what you were going to use to pick her up tomorrow with?
Yeah, the car seat's in the truck. Well, I can take Alexis to go get her, don't get me wrong, but the car seat is in the truck.
So, tomorrow at 4, who were we gonna meet down there since?
I didn't even know he went back. I thought he was still up here. To be honest with you, because he literally does not tell me anything.
And when did you make the arrangement to meet him tomorrow? And like, when was that discussed with you?
I mean, it's been a long time ago.
Okay.
Tomorrow's the 19th, right? The 18th? Yeah, the date's right.
Was it after he took Evelyn with him?
Yeah. I mean, I'll be honest with you, he got mad because he asked me if I have custody of her, and I said you'll have to take the court over it. I was like, I would not keep her from you, you know what I'm saying? But I was like, if you want to have custody, we're going to go to court and it's going to be set up like the right way. They're not going to sign half of her over to you, you know what I mean?
None of that happened.
When did that happen? When did you get mad about that, Zoe?
It was like the day of Christmas.
When did you all officially break up?
Sometime in November, I don't know, to be honest with you.
When you went down there to see him?
Yeah.
Ashton says, guys, she says she's being honest. Mm-hmm.
Whenever you and Ethan went to that party, whose house was that party at?
Me and Hunter went, and it was at Scott and Clint's house that Hunter's friend was.
You and Hunter went to a New Year's Eve party?
Yeah. Hunter's first name was Preston. I'm sorry if that confuses you. I've always called him Hunter.
It's fine. Went to a New Year's Eve party. And where was that at?
It was in Piney Flat at Clint's house.
She said Clint's.
Yeah.
Who is Clint? Just a friend?
It's one of Hunter's friends.
So what do you think about the entire situation?
Well, I mean, I don't know what's going on, and I want to know what's going on. I mean, like, I'm kind of panicking on the inside. You know, I mean, I don't know what to do. There's not really much I can do.
Michelle, she's on her way down to get this all started.
Was that your supervisor?
She's one of the ones that works with me. You know, it's my supervisor. They're on their way from Kingsport.
Okay.
Did you spend any time with Ethan over the years?
Mm-mm. Like I said, I know he either went back down to Louisiana or wherever he's at. Mississippi or whatever you all said, I know he went back down there.
So he told you he was living in Kingsport? Earlier, did you tell us he was living in Longville? You thought he was living in Longville?
Well, it's that apartment in Kingsport or Blumpville. It's on Memorial Boulevard. It's in between.
Not sure. Questions?
Melissa says she's so nonchalant.
So what do you want to do when Amber works out?
Not worried.
Like, what's the process
Well,
after
we're
that?
gonna have to find this baby tonight. And I don't know where this baby is, but it's gotta be found.
So what happens if we don't find her or not?
I don't know. I've never run into this in my 20 years here.
Ooh, these questions, man, that she's asking.
But we've got to find her. And Ethan doesn't have her. You don't have her. Where did this baby go?
I don't know.
What did Preston think about the baby?
What do you mean?
Or Hunter? Do you call him Hunter?
Yeah, that's his middle name. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I thought
Well,
Hunter.
I didn't know what you called him. Was Hunter jealous of the baby?
Hunter said he never met Evelyn. He saw pictures of her, but that was it. He has not testified yet. I really hope we do get to see him testify. The victim's voice said, "This is Casey Anthony 2.0 and Lailani Simon 2.0. You said, how can these women do such horrible things to their children? Right. Thank you so much.
Another
No.
person. I was just asking because some people just, are like that.
No, he's not like that.
Maybe one of the questions that popped in my head, maybe he didn't want the baby.
Ethan?
No, Hunter.
No. But Ethan and I used to get into it, and he used to tell me he didn't want Evelyn and that I wasn't his baby. We said thoughts like that all the time. I'd be like, I'll give you DNA test. I know the child's yours.
Oh my. Yes, yes. Do the DNA test. What a liar. Hold me back, everyone. Just Melissa? No one knows at this point.
But Ethan and I used to get into it. He used to, ready to kill me all the time and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of why we broke up.
What?
I don't think he's a bad person. I don't make him sound that way, but you know what I'm saying?
Oh my word. She's literally throwing Ethan under the bus. Like, well, he's always threatening to kill me, and so I'm not saying he's a bad person though. You know what I'm saying? No, we can hear exactly what you're saying. Damn.
All right, Mr. Lewis, this interview took place February 18th, 2020, is that correct?
Yes.
Did you as an investigator at DCS continue to search for and attempt to locate Evelyn Boswell?
Yes.
And were you able to do that? Were you able to find her?
No.
All right. Did you ever, did DCS, or you personally ever receive any reports from the defendant, Megan Boswell, that her child was missing?
No.
Did Megan Boswell ever produce Evelyn or bring her to you?
No.
Since DCS was involved in this, since you all had received a referral, if there had been any court proceedings that had been instituted or took place regarding custody of Evelyn, would you all have been notified or made a party to that?
Yes.
Okay. At any point in time, were there ever any custody proceedings or custody petitions filed seeking custody of Evelyn?
No.
Okay. Either by Megan Boswell or any other person?
No.
Okay. As a result of the fact that she could not produce Evelyn, she could not be found, what did you do next as far as your role as an investigator was concerned?
My next step was I consulted with DCS supervision, and we had decided to file a petition for requesting an order to produce the child.
And was such an order obtained?
It was.
And was that, what was that through?
That was through the Sullivan County Juvenile Court.
And as a result of that, was Ms. Boswell ordered to produce the child, produce Evelyn Boswell?
Yes.
And did she ever produce Evelyn Boswell?
No.
Thank you, Mr. Lewis. If you would answer any questions, Mr. Scott, Mr. Horn have for you.
Any questions?
Good afternoon, Mr. Lewis. My name is Gene Scott. How are you?
Doing well.
I just have a little bit of questions about the timing
Sorry for
of
my
these
typing.
interviews. You went to the house where Megan was and interviewed her. What time of day was that?
Approximately 4:45 p.m.
That was on February 18th?
Yes.
Okay. And then that video we just watched, was that the same day?
Yes.
What time was that?
I want to say approximately at 8 o'clock.
Okay, so a time period of about 3 hours, 15 minutes.
Sounds right, yeah.
Okay. Did you take any further statement from her that day?
No.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Peter,
No, Your Honor.
is he free to go, or does he need to remain under subpoena?
I don't think we need to judge.
Mr. Lewis, I'm sorry. You agree, Mr. Scott?
Yes.
Mr. Lewis, thank you for your testimony. You release your subpoena.
Thank you, sir.
Statement called Casey Salt.
Now, Grizzlies, I have something to tell you. Just hold on one second. Let me just see. Mary Sticky, I find it very disturbing how people lie so easily these days and with no conviction. I live in Bluntville, and I would have taken. That's the sad thing. So many people would have taken Evelyn in a heartbeat. I mean, what a freaking monster, right? Even just from what we've seen, the condition of the trailer, how she was raising her, how she speaks about her. It's not with love and care. Even though on social media, of course, she was like, oh, my angel, you know. Then she met Hunter and everything changed. Okay, so you guys, not even the mods knew this yet, but now we're all gonna know. We're gonna actually do something different today. We're going to take a little break, okay, for about an hour and a half. I hope to be back sooner, but it's an hour and a half break because I am going to experience probably the highlight of my career by interviewing a district attorney that I have always wanted to interview. Okay, so I'm gonna go over there. This was planned for weeks. And so this is the date, this is the time. I'm going to be speaking with this district attorney, which I haven't told anyone who it is, okay, so just calm down. But I'm going to be interviewing. I'm very nervous. Okay, I've got all my questions here, Grizzlies, all right? And I'm going to be interviewing this district attorney, and then we'll be back. We're going to teleport now to the afternoon stream. I just wanted to finish this witness. We're going to teleport, take a break. This time, guess what? You can open up your lunch boxes. Normally on our streams, you're not allowed to open your lunch box, okay? So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to put myself here, buckle up, because we're about to teleport. Okay, so I've made it public, all right? I'm going to share the link as I play the outro. And please come back. I don't like ending streams, especially when there's so many of you here. Please come back. I would love to see many of you back for the second stream. And this is the only day that I plan to do this. And it's only because, oh no, I would never, ever, ever miss this interview. Ever. Okay, so I'm so excited. And if you are on Patreon, you guys on Patreon will be the first to know who I spoke with and what it was like. You also will know the behind the scenes of what happened, okay? I look forward to telling you. Wish me luck. I hope I don't sound and look nervous. So are we ready now to teleport? Firstly, I'm going to put the link in the chat. Go here, okay? Wait for it. Go here. I'm going to click there. Go here. You can already click and go there if you want. If not, I'm playing the outro, and then what we're going to do is teleport there together. So wait for the outro to finish, and you should go there automatically, or just click on the screen, right? And I will see you as soon as I can. Okay, my interview starts on the hour until the hour. I've got this person for 1 hour. All right, everyone. I will see you there, and I can't wait to watch the afternoon session with you as we continue to see that hopefully Evelyn will have full justice. See you there, everyone. Bye.